Joining. Yes. We are live on all these beautiful places. Hold on. Hi, how you guys doing over there? It's a pleasure to have you over there. Let's come over here. Hi, welcome, greetings and salutations, one and all. It is your boy, Prince Dr. Chukwemeka Edward Atede Anyanguna Waroha, one of our Buguba. Your friends, my friends, they all call me Eddy4Shot's. And it's a pleasure to have you on the other side of the listening wave. Thank you and welcome to each and every one of you who are joining us from all over the world. I really appreciate it. Today, it's a very great episode we're going to be having today. You guys are going to enjoy it. I promise you that. Okay, we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic, which is Venus and Jupiter. Not the positions I'm talking about. Okay, don't worry. You guys are going to enjoy this. I have a lot of things in store for you. But before we get started, let's have some lights, shall we? Lights. Let's get some more lights going, shall we? Is that all the lights we have? We need as much light as we can, because the more lights we have, the better. We have the computer turn on some more lights. Let's go. Now we're talking. Now we can actually have a podcast, shall we, guys? Let's go ahead and begin. All right, so we are live on all of these social medias. Let me see. Make sure everything is in a good position to be viewed from all angles. If I put this guy like so, perfect. That works for me right there. Welcome, Krista. Welcome to the show. I'd like to welcome everybody that is joining us from everywhere around the world. I really appreciate you guys joining me. If you guys want to leave a comment, go ahead and leave a comment on whatever media you're joining us from, and I should be able to see it over on this part. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. Let's see. We have two cameras going. I have one from my laptop over here. Let's see what they're looking like. Hi guys, you guys can see me. Hope you guys can see me clearly. Looks good so far from my own perspective. I don't see any issues on that side. Okay, let's come back to this computer. Over here we have this one going well. That was also looking great. So far so good. So great. Let's go ahead and begin this podcast, shall we? We're going to be talking about Venus and Jupiter. But first of all, we will describe the solar system. We will talk about what the solar system is, how it relates to us, how it relates to the environment. We'll talk about Venus, we'll talk about Jupiter, we'll talk about their paths through the sky, we'll talk about what they mean culturally, we'll talk about what they meant in the past, we'll talk about what they mean now, and what they will mean in the future, things like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Let me see. I'm gonna refresh this page real quick. Let me see. Yep, it says live. Let me see how the YouTube page is looking. The YouTube page looks good. Twitch, we are live on Twitch as well. How about Instagram? We are live on Instagram. Thank you guys for joining us on Instagram. How about on Facebook? Oh, I didn't open Facebook yet. I should be showing you guys what I'm seeing, right? It's not fair you guys are not seeing what I'm talking about. It's like I'm just talking to myself, right? Bear with me. Let me share my screen right now. I've been upgrading. I've made this in like nice and efficient now. We can just have things like popping out real quick. Only those on the people that cannot see it is those that are watching on my Eddy4Shot's, Eddy4_Shot's Instagram page. But if you're watching from YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook, you guys should be able to see my screen. Okay, so this is my screen. This is what I'm looking at now. Thank you, Krista, for joining us. On YouTube, we are live. On Instagram, we are live. Now I want to try Facebook. Let's open up Facebook over here. Okay, Facebook is open. Let's see if we are live. Joining us on YouTube. All right, Facebook is live and you can hear it, so you guys can hear me clearly. I did something. I took off this condenser mic foam off of it. I don't know. Is it better? What do you guys think? I'm going to put the mic this thing back on. What does it sound like? Does it sound any better? Does it sound muffled? Does it sound quieter? If I take it off, does it sound better? Let me know. If you guys like it, give us a like and subscribe. You know how we do. Alright guys, so that is good. Facebook is good, Instagram is good, and you guys can see my screen. I'm gonna go ahead now and swipe to the right so that we can create a new page that's just fresh. On that fresh page, we're gonna type in solar system. That's what we're talking about today, yes? It's on the grander scale of things. Oops. What's going on? Google, don't fail me now. Oh, what is going on? Go back. That's strange. I always encounter this weird. Okay. Maybe now. Alright, boom. I do want to see images of the solar system. Okay. Alright, so which one looks the most unique? Okay, we'll start simple and then we'll go complex, okay? So how about we start simple and open up, say, this guy. Okay, this one looks simple enough. Right, you have the 4 inner planets. You have the asteroid belt. Right, you guys can see, right? Let me see if I bring my little mini-me into this camera. Boop. There I am. Hello. Hi. Can you guys see me? Cool. Okay. So I wanted to open up this picture so you guys can see it better, right? So let me try to enlarge. Alright, so from what you guys can see here, this is Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Can you guys name all the planets? First of all, I should have asked that question. Who can name all the planets? There's this mnemonic that I know from when I was a kid, and that's what I used to remember the planets anytime. And it goes like this. My very excellent mother just showed us 9. And back in the day, he used to be Pluto around here. It was demoted, so it's gone. So my for Mercury, very for Venus, excellent for Earth, Mars, mother, just Jupiter, showed Saturn, us Uranus, 9 Neptune. Okay, if you guys get that, my very excellent mother just showed us 9. The P is not silent now. Okay. All right, so we'll be focusing on 2 important planets in the solar system. We'll be focusing on one, which is Jupiter. Okay, this one we're going to be focusing on today. 1, and then the second one we're going to be focusing on is did I just call it Venus, Jupiter? Forgive me, guys. I need some water. Yes, we're going to be focusing on Venus. This is Venus. Editor, please write it correctly. Venus. All right. Jupiter. Alright, and yes, Jupiter does have a ring around it. If you guys didn't know, Jupiter has a ring around it, just like Saturn, but it's less brilliant. So Saturn is more boisterous as in its ring formation, but Jupiter also has a ring, but it's like very little. The fact, all the outer gas giants have rings around them, so as you can see over here. Alright, so that I just wanted to show you guys like a sneak peek of what we're going to be talking about in the show today. So if you guys got questions for me today, please don't hesitate to write it in the comment section. I don't want to miss your questions again like I did yesterday, so please don't let me miss your questions. I'm going to go ahead and say hello in the chat. Greetings and salutations. Okay, I say hello to everyone. Let's go ahead and post that. Okay, I'm gonna copy that. Let me see if I can copy. Can I copy it? No, I cannot. I'll post on this side. Alright, so there we go. Thank you all for joining me. For those who have joined me, and if you guys can still see, let me know if you guys can still see the live on all the places, because I can't tell until after the show is over. How about it? Oh, you're still telling my friends on Instagram. This is just terrible. Instagram, you have fallen my hand. How can you still be telling people about this podcast that started 15 minutes ago? I'm going to plug this guy in. Let's see if it's a charge. I don't hear anything. So it's obviously not charging. But when I plug this guy in, yep, it is charging now. Alright, perfect. So guys, you guys see what we're going to be working on today. We're going to be talking about Jupiter, we're going to be talking about Venus, we're going to be talking about all the positions that they have happened to find themselves in, and all that good stuff. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin. So I want to start my explanation on this topic from the main oga patapata, the main boss, the biggest boss in our entire solar system. The main reason why our solar system actually has a name, solar system. So we are talking about the one and only, the OG of all OGs, the one that is known as the bringer of light, the morning sun, you know. I'm not talking about Venus here. I'm not talking about the position here. I'm not talking about your boyfriend here. I'm talking about the one and only, the star that we call the sun. I'll use this light as an example of what we're talking about, right? So this is the sun here, and the sun is magnificent. Okay, let's use this guy as a prop for it. Can you guys see? There's no way to prop it up. So let me have about here. Yes. So I was gonna say this was gonna be the sun, but it failed miserably. So I'm just gonna place it over there. Let's try that again. All right. So as I was saying, yes, the main OG in the entire solar system is the sun, right? So let's go ahead and look at the sun. The sun is a gigantic ball of ice. All right. So this is like size to scale, right, of what we look like in comparison to our sun. Let me see if I can find that picture again. So this is what the sun looks like if you were to put on a shield, like a coronagraph or something. And this, like, I think this is looked at, what is it, NASA Scientific Visualization Studio. So I think this is a composite or something. But this is what the sun looks like if you were to like cover the brightness away, take the brightness away, and look at what the sun itself looks like. You see the sun is a big yellow ball, made of plasma, made of all the beautiful magnetic loops and whatnot. And it has this little weird dots that are on it. They are called sunspots. So the sun has blemishes. So for all of us that think that we want to be most perfect human being, the thing that is regarded as perfection has blemishes. Okay? So the sunspots, these are areas on the sun where the surface of the sun has parted and you're seeing the cooler part of the sun. So what basically these loops, the loops of magnetic current come out of these sunspots, right? And those are where the coronal mass ejections, that we're going too far. Daddy back, Emeka. Sunspots, okay? The sun has blemishes. It goes across the surface as the sun rotates. The sun also rotates. Did you know that? The sun also rotates. So the cool thing about the sun rotating is this, right? We also rotate. And now we are going to talk about two concepts. Yes, one is rotation, the other one is revolution. Okay, I'll use this guy as an example. Okay, boom, like a microphone, right? So if this is rotation, okay, along an axis, you put a line through here, that's a rotation. Okay, revolution is moving around a center point. So imagine my head is the sun. This going around it will be a revolution. Okay? Now, you could still have rotation during revolution. Okay? I hope you guys are understanding where I'm going. Are you keeping up with me? So you can have rotation during revolution. Okay? Now, I don't want to be showing this in the entire time so I don't get some weird copyright or something. So I'm gonna make myself large. Oh yeah, perfect. So you guys can see me in front of the stuff, and if I need to like point out stuff, I can just turn back and be like a proper teacher is. Oh, hello there, how you doing? I hope you guys are having a good time. Go ahead. But yes, as I was saying, the revolution, right? Revolution is going around a center point. Or you know what? Why don't we check the definition of revolution and rotation? That way, we can start going somewhere with this information, right? I don't have an issue right now. I spell revolution. Alright, we did this again. We did it again. Oh gosh, we did it again. Alright, I need to find out rotation versus revolution. Okay, search. Perfect. Okay, which one kind of does it perfect? Okay, this one is a good one. Excellent. All right, so I'm gonna zoom this guy in a bit. All right, can you guys see? This is the sun. This is the earth, right? This earth spinning is called rotation. This causes our day and night, okay? As the earth rotates around this axis, that's what causes our day and night, okay? Rotation causes our day and night. Now, as this earth goes around the sun, that's called revolution, okay? And that causes our year, okay? So rotation causes our day, revolution causes our year. You can have rotation and revolution together, which I was explaining to you before, where it is rotating and revolving around the sun, causing our day, night, season, year. Okay? Now you guys have that concept in your head. Okay? We have rotation, revolution. Rotation and revolution. Okay? Alright, so that's 3 concepts that we've talked about, right? Rotation, revolution, and the sun. Right? Alright, moving forward. We've talked about the sun. We've talked about how big it is. Now, I didn't show you guys this part because I wanted to focus and emphasize on it real well. Let me see if I can find a picture that kind of shows it better. This picture, right? It's so small. But this is the sun. Right, this is the sun that we were looking at before. I don't know if it's showing the same way as I've zoomed it in like this, but this is supposed to be the sun, and you can't even see the earth yet. Oh, sorry about that, guys. The earth is like somewhere here because earth, like, look how tiny they are. So these are the outer gas giants, right? You have Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Mars is like almost invisible. So there is the Earth right there, that little blue pale dot, and there's probably Venus over there. You can barely see Mercury. That's our size comparison to the sun. Okay, so imagine if the sun was a beach ball, that giant beach ball, right? Jupiter will probably be the size of like maybe tennis ball or that the 4 tennis ball, and then Saturn will be like the size of a ping pong. Neptune will be the size of like a bean. Same thing. Uranus will probably be a little bit bigger. The Earth will probably be like the size of a grain of rice or smaller, and then like Venus will be like almost similar to it because we and Venus share a very similar thing. Now, speaking of Venus, since we are there, we got to talk about what Venus has in contrast to Mercury first of all. Okay. All right, now I can say this off. I'll just shoot this part of my score and then we'll go and see if it's true or not. Okay, so facts about Mercury and the planets that you know. All right, you guys, I know you guys are fast typers. Go ahead and type in the comment section. Tell me what it is that you guys know. What are facts that you guys know about the solar system? I'll wait. Okay. I'm waiting. Go type. Alright, let me see. Let me check on the guys. Are you ready for a revolution? Yes. Okay. How long does it take to travel around the Earth? How long does what take to travel around the Earth? Your question. Are you ready for a revolution? Yes, I am ready for a revolution. Yes, I am. Are you guys seeing? We have enough comments coming in from the staff, from the guests online. We are watching us from Instagram. So if you guys also want to leave comments, if you guys want to tell us how we are doing, if you want to ask us how we're doing, hey Damije, thank you for joining us over here. If you guys want to find out how we're doing, go ahead, join us on our social media, leave us questions, leave us answers. We will bring it into the show. So I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna copy Control C. I'll post it over here so that it will go to all the social medias. All right. So we have Venus. So that's the topic of the day. The topic of the day is Venus and Jupiter, not the positions I'm talking about, right? Then we have your question. The question on how long does it take I'll get to it in a second, but first let me post your first question. Oops, what just happened? I need to copy this. Alright. Paste this. Alright, pasting this. I'm gonna post it out here. Are you ready for a revolution? Yes, Crystal, thank you. We are ready for a revolution. We're making this revolution happen. We're changing the paradigm that is how to make a podcast and what it means to be knowledgeable in a vast amount of things. Okay, so thank you for that question. If we are ready for a revolution, sure, definitely we are. Now, the next thing that we're going to ask is how long does it take to travel around the Earth? So I don't know if I'm guessing your question correctly. Are you saying it as a person thing traveling around the Earth itself, like circumferential, or are you saying it as something out in space traveling around the Earth? I don't know if I'm getting that correctly. But if it's to answer your question about, if you decided to stay, you start walking, right? Deep, 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 deep. It will take you how long to walk around? Now, that is the question of speed, right? Because if you're saying, oh, how fast can you literally walk around the Earth? Well, technically, if you started in a spot, the farthest place from you on the Earth is literally somewhere right behind you. Did you know that? That's a very weird fact about the Earth. So, technically, the farthest place away from you in a straight line is directly behind you, because the Earth is a sphere, so you come back to the same spot you started from. But okay, now I've got that concept understood. How far is the circumference of the Earth? Now, if we're going to do circumferences, you guys want me to do mass by force by fire, all right? We have to find out what is the formula for solving for circumference. Now, I don't have any cheat sheet here. All I'm talking about is like podcast and the topic, right? But I know from my primary school days, I remember my teacher always drilled it into my head that circumference is what? 2 pi r square. So C is equal to 2 pi r square. Right? Okay. Now, we're going to do this small mathematics, okay? And we'll find out what this symbol pi is, what the r stand for, and what the square is, and we'll actually solve and try to find the circumference of the Earth and actually try to find out if we can walk it in a day or less, which is very unlikely, but walk with me here, okay? All right, to answer your question, how long does it take to travel around the Earth? Let's find out because we need to find out, we have to break this formula down, right? We're going to break this formula down. So 2 pi r, what is pi? Pi is 22/7 from what I remember, right? So if we're breaking this down, we say 2 pi is equal to 22/7. R means radius, so r is the radius of the Earth. So if you were to take a circle, right, to put a dot in the middle and draw a line to the side, this line would be r. Right, from the center to the edge of the circle, that is your r. Okay, radius. Now let's find out what the Earth's radius is. Now normally you can do another type of science to find this out by yourself, that people who believe in other types of shapes of the Earth do not want to engage in, is to actually go outside, yes, place a stick in the ground, somewhere that you can see the sun and the sun can cast a shadow, of course, okay? Boom, put the stick in the ground in that place. Boop, okay? Then you walk a certain distance, okay? You remember this distance you walked, okay? Now, you remember how as you put it in the ground, it casts a shadow in a direction, right? You check the angle that the shadow is from the stick that you put down, okay? If it's flat, if it's long, all those things, you check all those angles of inclination. Now, you go to another part in the Earth and you put that stick down and you check it again. You can do this on the same time or the same day for like maybe 100 different places, 100 kilometers apart. And you can find out the circumference of the Earth with basic trigonometry. But anyways, that is probably too complicated for you. So let's do 2 pi r square with the knowledge of what we know as the Earth, okay? Let's ask Google. What is the diameter of the Earth? You guys, I probably need like antivirus or something. But this thing keeps messing with me. Let's try. Okay. All right. Perfect. So we got a number 7,900. So I wasn't expecting it to be that expensive. 7,926.2 miles. Have you ever walked 7,000 miles before? I have. Coming to you on our podcast near you. But anyways, that's what I was saying. So we have our R, right? So that was, let me see if I can look at this picture. So this is a look at the Earth. So this is the elevation. This is an elevation map, I believe. High places are in red, low places are in blue. Yep. High places in red, low places in blue is in kilometers. Yep, it's a global relief model. Yeah. So what you're seeing here, the yellow ones are like middle of the middle height or at sea level. I guess green is probably sea level. And then below that is as you go deeper. Anyways, that's not what I wanted to show you. What I wanted to show you was what we are calculating, okay? We are calculating from this center here to the line here. We're not calculating for D, which is diameter, because if this is R, this is D. Okay? If this is R, this is D. If this is R, this is D. Okay? Perfect. All right. Now that we are getting somewhere, hold on. I don't know if you guys can see me clearly. I can't even see myself, so I want to be able to see myself. Oh, okay. Everything seems to be relatively fine. Oh, I was blocking you guys this whole time. I apologize for that. Okay. What I was trying to show you was right here. So you can see the dots, right, in the middle to the line. That is this diameter is what this radius is what we're calculating. 7,926. If you double it, you get the diameter of the Earth. So as you can see, the Earth is not a perfect sphere. It is fatter around the center than at the top. So if this was a perfect sphere here, yes, this dotted line, the Earth is this pink. It's kind of bloated at this in the middle. Why? Because the Earth spins. And what happens when you spin? Angular velocity wants to throw your hands out, and it wants to oh, we have a guest who wants to join us here. Please come in on Instagram. Thank you. How you doing on Civil Vibes? Thank you for joining us. He's a teacher. He's a teacher. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Where are you doing? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the show. Yeah, it's perfect time. We have a physicist who is going to give us some orbital mechanics and numbers that we need. Why don't you join us on the main podcast? Let me send you the link. Give me 1 minute. It's not a perfect spin. It's not a last spin. It's just right up your alley, right? I'm just talking your numbers. Just based on the shape on its own self, the orbit of the Earth is not a perfect rotation. Neither is the Earth itself a perfect sphere. So we have dollops. That's why we have 2 poles. I agree, man. I need you to come on this live now with me. Hold on. I'm copying it. I've copied it. I'm going to post it to you on Instagram. Oh, no. Let me use messages. That is probably faster. Your school will show itself today. The necessity of you to go to school will show today. Why did you go to school? Why did you become who you are today? It's a show today. Let's come on the podcast. Come, I sent you a link. Let's have you join us and let's make this event even more memorable. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. Let's bring this to full screen, shall we? Yeah. Look at that. Okay. So you guys can see this is my screen. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for joining me. I really appreciate that. While our guest hops on with me, we'll take a little break. He says, "Yes, I am." Oh, 3.4. Yes, 3.14 is 22/7 is 3.14, Crystal. Do the math. We are going to do the math, but we will do the math. And I'm bringing a physicist on top. So we are making this man, he's going to cross check me and fast check me. He's an actual physicist. He actually went to school for that thing. Okay? So while we wait for him to log in, I will hurry up and go grab a bottle of water so I can chug. You guys, take a quick break. I will just play something for you guys to watch. I thought there was a video that I had in here somewhere. I'll take a break and I'll be right back, okay? Bear with me. Watch that. Just try to make fun of the pictures if you want. Alright, I am back. Intermission is over. Ooh. That was way too cold. And I'm back. Thank you guys for waiting and having that patience. Where's my guest? He's not yet here. Oh, there we go. Perfect. See, I timed this thing perfectly. For those who knows, timing. We all planned this just like that. The man Dubem is here. I greet you. I see you brought up Borachi. Let me join you. I should join you in that. Hold on. This is we're going to solve mathematics today with a drink, with a sip of alcohol. Bear with me. It's an honor to have you, sir. Thank you for coming aboard. Come again. Where do all my glass cup go to? Oh, Jesus. I'm hearing an echo from one of your...
That was me.
Alright.
Yes. My undergraduate is quantum physics in the bar.
So this is like right up your alley, right? This is basically what you went to school for.
Unfortunately.
Don't you worry, this is gonna be fun. So allow me to join you. I had to pour myself a glass. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Yes, sir. They say the physicist is echoing. Is he still echoing? Please let me know if he's still echoing. I think you are. Oh, you brought papers. See, that's why I love this podcast. You know, we are prepared for this. That's what we love to see. Oh, I see somebody from Gynamid is saying hi. Welcome to the show, Gynamid. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. Hi, Gynamid. Thank you for joining us you're joining from YouTube. I appreciate it. All right, we got people joining us. We have Chanel saying, Oh, she says it's still echoing. Are you still echoing?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. I think it's
I
your
think it's
other
your
camera
other
and hear
camera and
myself
hear
on both
myself on
sides.
both sides.
Give me 1 second. Hmm.
Um,
I think I know why. It's because. Can you hear me? Is,
yes, I
try
can.
saying something. Try saying something.
Hello.
Hello.
It's still echoing. Hold on. Let me send it all through to my audio. All right. Say something again.
Hello. Yes, I think yeah, I think what's solved now.
We've solved. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I
I'm glad.
love. Perfect. 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 Okay. I'll just wear my earpiece for this remaining part of the show so that we don't have that echoing going on. So if you guys want to join us and talk about this live with me, we're going to be discussing, we're going to be solving maths, and we're going to be sipping.
I don't have a calculator on me, so in case I'm just a bit slow.
Oh, see, that's good. You'll be my calculator. I'll be the mouth and ears. All right. Welcome to this show once again. Let me reintroduce myself for those who are just joining us. It's your honorable boy. I'm the honorable, humble Prince Dr. Chukwuemeka Edward Ateda Nyamuna Waroha, one of Abugube. Your friends, my friends, they call me Eddy4Shot's, and it's a pleasure to have you on the other side of the listening wave. And I'm joined live today with the one and only physicist of all physiologists, the one and only, the one that has solved all the solvable maths, the person that was employed without employment. We did make it happen. Yes, please. Could you honorably introduce yourself? Tell us who you are. Tell us how you are. Tell us how what brought you to the show. What got you interested? What piqued your interest to write on Instagram that teacher and then come on to come and talk about this.
I just came in like 5 minutes ago. I literally just came home. First thing I get is notification Eddie is live. I just click on it. All of a sudden I'm hearing talk about curvature of the earth. And the first thing he said is what makes me smile. He actually remembers, when we taught these boys like those years, we're happy with this, he remembers. He remembers that the earth is not a proper sphere. And then the little known fact that people tend to forget, apart from the earth not being a proper sphere, the elliptical rotation of the earth itself, it's not even completely regular. It's why even though we say 364, 365, we can't even pick a date and we have to adjust
Yes.
it. So we have a rotation.
Globus.
That's
Yes, we're going to talk about all of that. I even have props.
my.
That's how prepped I am for this episode.
And he even brought a globe. Buy a globe now. So now
Yes,
my name
we
is.
got props for
I'm not even.
today's
I'm not even
episode.
talking in front of my name. I am engineer. I'm engineer Chidibem IWSFM. Also, Lord of Kerry.
Lord of Kerry himself. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today,
I
man. It's
see. I'm also
really
use that to set out the MPH, MSc, um,
you should put your accolades. Let them see it. Let them see it. It's always do.
Ironically, right now I'm kind of taking a IOP. I also work for the Institute of Physics, but right now
Hmm.
my focus is more or less on early education. So I work as a special education teacher for
Wow.
children with different learning disabilities, and my focus right now is really on middle school level. So eventually I'll move up to high school. So I'm developing new curriculums and new interactive ways of teaching special needs children all STEM subjects.
Wow.
It involves me doing a lot more of actually being in the class and teaching. But first of all, when Massachusetts and people don't pay well enough, so all our teachers are resigning, so I actually have to teach my classes as well as work for the Department of Education designing the new curriculum. Let's see how that goes.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it, bro. I cannot stress enough how it is very difficult to have a podcast going, and you're willing to make people engaged and excited, and you're bringing out all these constantly improving things, and you're bringing guests such as yourself on the show, and nobody's tuning in. That is unacceptable, people. Unacceptable. They say, oh, somebody's asking you in our chat. Say, where do you teach?
So, as for now, the school I teach in, I work for a collaborative. It's called Scene, but the actual branch I'm always at most of the time these days is up in Stoneham, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. That's up north.
Yep.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna post her comment here so you see it's gonna show up on all the. It's gonna show up real quick. So Crystal Chanel from Instagram, she commented and asked her, "Where do you teach?" And she was the one that was saying that you were echoing. She really, really wanted to hear your input on this situation. So, are you ready to get started?
Not to our own children.
Let's go. All right. So we were talking about revolution. We were talking about rotation. We were talking about the sun being a plasma ball. We even mentioned a few things about the Earth's diameter and how it is, unique in its size. Where the north-south size. Oh, I wasn't planning on making heart shapes, but the north. The north south size of the earth is basically shorter than the west east
Mm-hmm.
size. All right, so I'm going to share my screen once again. I won't be able to see your questions for the next, say, 5-10 minutes, so that we focus on what we're talking about for the next few, and then I'll get back to the questions. Let me see if I got everybody's questions so far. Okay, got questions on Instagram that's coming in. Thank you so much, those who are on Instagram joining us, keeping us on our toes. I really appreciate that. On Twitch, we're also live. We're going forward. It looks like everything is going great so far. Yep, we're live on that side as well. And then finally on YouTube, also live. All right, perfect. Everything seems to be going great so far. So far, so good. All right. So I'm going to present my screen now so that you'll be able to see with me. Share screen. Entire screen. Share. Okay. And then boom. That should send me to the side of the screen. That works for me. Alright. So can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Perfect. Alright, let me swipe this aside to the side. So this is what we were looking at earlier. We were looking at the diameter of the earth, yes, and then we were describing which part of it was actually the diameter, so or the radius, sorry. The diameter is from edge to edge, right? So any edge to edge, that's diameter. But radius is from center to edge, okay? And we calculated we had to like just get this number because you can do the radius for anything. You can just take this, yes, and you say maybe if it's 10 centimeter apart, for example, right? The middle will be 5, right? So 0, 5, 10. That's your diameter, all right? So 5 to 10 would be a radius. 5 to 0 would be a radius, okay? And we have an idea. All right. Now that we understand what the radius, like the number is, so we got that number as 7926.2 miles. That was our radius. So now let's calculate our circumference, right? So what we're calculating now is the circumference. Let's see if we can pick out what is pi to calculate the circumference of a circle. Let's see what the formula is, shall we? So formula for circumference.
It's going to go like pi d.
Yeah?
ID.
Pi b, you said?
Is it pi? Yeah, 2 pi r.
2
But
pi
some
r,
people use
yes.
ID.
Pi b.
Use
Oh, okay,
diameter.
okay, yeah. Oh, pi d, I see. Because 2 pi r of 2 pi r square is
2 pi
the
r.
formula. Pi r square. Some people say pi r square. Some people say 2 pi r. Some people say pi d. Okay, okay. So we're getting it. We're getting something, right? So we could either do this or we do. Are we solving this math? Do you want to solve it for us? Have you already done it? Because I did it in my head already. I did 27/7. Then I multiplied it by 7926.2, and then I got an arbitrary number that is kind of large.
Right, so
So
I have, as a physicist, I'm not an engineer, so the first thing I always hate doing is the estimation engineers do. So are we going to do this and just keep calling pi pi, or are you actually opening up pi and
Well,
estimate? No,
when you say opening up
the
pie, some
reason why I
people's
always say
brain
this because
just
I taught a
exploded.
class. I taught a class on Monday. Actually, on Saturday, yes, my students actually come to school on Saturday.
Wow.
No, but that's a
Wow.
different school. That's the Russian School of Math. So you can understand why they come on Saturday. Yes, I
Okay,
teach
okay.
Russian School of Math as well. So when you estimate, it's like I'm not deviating. If you do
No, you're
gravity,
fine.
some of you people use gravity as 9 points. You guys use acceleration to gravity as 9 point something. But I've seen
Nine nine
engineers,
point six nine
I've
point
seen
six meter
engineers
per
that do
second
that
per
as
second.
10. It's kind of why you guys people now say 10 Gs. There's nothing like 10. 9.6, how did it become 10?
Hmm.
And that off of zero point 0.4, it's not 0, 0.4 something, can be so big at times, and you will not even understand how big your deviation is.
Hmm. So the deviation is important in this case, you're saying, because if we
Yeah.
are measuring, this could factor into land mass, it could factor into, oceans, it could factor into
Let me give
coastline.
you a real life example. So last year, I started working on my pilot's license, and
Okay.
I flew a mini plane around what's it called, Niagara, and I
Oh
was just
wow.
making a joke. Yeah, I was making a joke about it when I was doing bearing, which is the one part in math I have failed for many years. Even when I graduated, I was sleeping with bearing. You know how we do the angles now? We still say 6 1, we say 061 degrees. And then you now say start using military time. Start
Yeah.
using your angle.
No way.
An approximation of 41.7996 to 41.833 is the difference between me having crossed the Canadian airspace into the United States.
Really? Is that
The
much of a
remaining
distance?
airspace. Angles are very like it's angles and percentages are the most annoying thing ever because they don't exist on their own. They exist in relation to something else. So when you think it's small, in real life, because the distance itself is actually big, when you what's the word, infer it into that distance itself, it's so much. It's like 30% of 30% of 1 centimeter versus 30% of a million cubic meters.
I see. Okay. So, well, in this situation, as much as I would love to expand and look into pi and let's get to the nitty gritty and solve for exponentials and all of that, I'm
It's
very
not
sure we don't have the time or the paper to do so today. So let's just do the
that's how
gentle
it is.
the gentle steps, shall we? Do you guys agree? If you guys agree, let's see you hit that like button, okay? That will help us to know that we're doing something
People
good,
that invite me,
okay?
I'm like, oh,
Oh my goodness. All right, let's solve 22 over 7
yeah,
3.14. All
I
right.
wish I could. Yeah, if this was an earlier time, I'd get my lecturers from Lockport to see this. They'll be laughing at us right now for doing
Right,
this equation.
please send it to them. If you guys have your friends that will, if you want your friends to laugh at this show, as that we are going to get all into the nitty gritty details of things that we didn't even know that we needed, trust me, guys. This is the show to watch and send to your friends. Okay. All right. So we got our number right. We got the circumference that we needed, right, which was 7926.2. Oh, Sonny Benson is. Maybe he can join us too. Hey, Sonny, the main doc himself. Hello?
Okay.
My G, hello, welcome. I'm live right now. Do you want to join us on live?
What's up? What's up?
I did, my G. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I say I did live now. You want to join us for live? Man, send you link.
I know they in the right capacity to day life now.
Bet.
What time do you do your live shows? Because I'm supposed to start joining. Because
Yes.
I'm so in with this health stuff now.
Yes,
So,
sir. And you told me that you want to do the publicity. I can do that for you. My show. You just got appointed, right? I need to first of all congratulate you. You were appointed recently as, what did they appoint you as?
special advisor on health.
What? Special advisor on health. Hey, like that is some impressive numbers right there. Special advisor on health. My people are shouting online right now. Congratulations, my brother. I want to tell you, congratulations on that appointment over there. So, which part of the states are you doing, or which state are you doing your appointment in? Hello? 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 Yeah. Okay, I say sorry. Right? I know maybe now not be the best time for you to be live for sure, but Let me call you back in the
Oh,
next 1 hour.
you were asking what state? It's River State.
River State, yes. You are in River State.
Yeah.
That's where you are appointed. Congratulations to you again, my
My
Yeah.
brother.
state.
Oh, the,
And
the
I
person
just
I'm live on is State. That is his state.
I'm from Imo State, but Rivers is where I was
okay.
born and raised.
He was
I
born in
just
Rivers.
concluded my. I actually work. I'm a GP in the government house
Wow.
clinic.
Wow. Wow.
So
Wow. Wow. I know people in high places. So
I just
Are you people,
concluded.
are you people hiring? Let me know. I'm
I
ready
will
to leave
send you the
America.
pictures right away.
see.
I
So
just concluded my outreach from my medical organization. We did an outreach in Opubu.
wow.
So I was able to reach out 500 people. I, I treated both the elderly population,
Wow.
children,
Wow.
pregnant mothers, and I'm sending you the pictures right away from the outreach.
Oh wow. Go right ahead. Let me look at the pictures. Maybe I can see them live here.
So I came with the medical team from Port Harcourt to the village, and we're able to at least we're able to touch 500 lives.
Wow. 500.
Yeah,
Oh,
500.
That is impressive, my G. That is 100% impressive. I'm very, very honored. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. When will you do your own podcast? Now, let me do your own podcast with you, my G. What time is your
Um,
convenience?
um, the time difference is much.
Yes, but don't
So,
worry. I don't mind about time difference. Night or day, I day with you.
we'll wake up for that one.
Yes.
we can do tomorrow.
Okay. That works for me.
Tomorrow. But I'm sending you some pictures from my outreach
Yes,
right
please.
away.
Now, let me look at them. I'm going to show the guys on the podcast. I'll show you guys on the podcast and you see. I'm waiting for it to arrive. As soon as it arrives, the guys will be able to see that he has showing me the
Yeah.
pictures from the outreach. And this outreach, you said that you reached out to 500 people, at least 500 people. You treated pregnant women, old people, young people, old people. You give vaccines. What did you do? What was your outreach about?
It was just treating the people in general. I wasn't sponsored by the government.
Oh wow!
It's just out of my pocket. You understand?
Impressive. Now we are talking.
So everything I did was out of my pocket. I wish I had support from the government. I would have done more because I still have plans to do more of these kind of activities.
Yes, sir.
I just need support from bigger organizations. So I hope this first one I've done even would expose me to bigger organizations. I'm finding it difficult to send it on Snap. I don't know if you can
I
give
have
me
WhatsApp.
your
Let me send you my number
yeah
on WhatsApp.
send me your WhatsApp number. I would write you immediately
Yes, sir. You got it.
and yeah.
All
So
right.
how have you been? How
Uh,
have you been basically?
No, I'm
My
great.
G.
I'm great. I'm currently live right now with on the podcast. We were talking with my guest over here. I have the physicist Dubem with me live, and we are solving some orbital equation and some orbital dynamics. So if you want to join us, let me send you this link real quick. Hold on. You can watch along if you don't want to join in person. If you think you can join in person, go ahead. If you don't want to put
Okay.
your camera, that's perfectly fine. We are.
So you guys are discussing about Einstein kind of stuff. I'm medical doctor.
I would say Einstein per se. We are talking about Venus and Jupiter, not the position that you are thinking about. But we want to get your input. What do you think about Jupiter and Venus? What do you know about them? And then give your own side of the thing. Okay.
Yeah, I get. Sorry. The number you sent me. What should I put as the
Plus
first
one,
key?
plus one, plus one.
So I should just add one to it,
Yes,
right?
sir. Plus 144, and then you add the rest.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Plus 144 and the rest.
Yes, sir.
Because I really want you to see
Yeah, I want to see.
I
That's what I'm saying. Come on the show and come and show us. Like we will describe it for us as we talk about more of this thing. Because what we are talking about is the solar system today. Yes, and we were focusing on Venus and Jupiter, but we can even dial it down to Earth, and then you tell us which part of Earth you are in, and then we can zoom down there, and maybe who knows, get information down to people that need it. Right?
wow, man, you're doing tremendously great.
I'm honored.
You're
I'm honored.
from a medical doctor to an Albert Einstein.
Now my involved with that now why I learn everything from. See him.
Hold on, let me
Yeah.
put. I'm putting your speaker. Say it again. So my guest wants to say hello to
My
you.
now Eddie, I learn
Yeah,
everything I do.
I said you're doing really great from a medical doctor to an Albert Einstein. That's that's really tremendous, you
I'm
know.
honored, my G. I'm honored. Thank you so very much for
So
that.
you're gonna get the um check your WhatsApp now.
All right, let me check my WhatsApp.
You'll see pictures from the outreach. Then recently there was a gas explosion in the local government where I'm the special advisor to the chairman.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I there was a gas explosion, so I advised him. So we've gone around the hospitals and made donations to the victims, so that to facilitate the treatment, because it's majorly bonds, case of bonds, you know. Yeah. So I just sent you just a few pictures
All right, I just got some pictures coming in now. I was waiting for them to arrive.
from the outreach.
Yeah, arriving right now.
I would also send you a video of when I was talking about my organization on the first day of the outreach.
All
Yeah.
right, I'm trying to see
So
if I can
so
copy it for me and bring it into the show. Is there any way
this
to do that?
is
All right, okay. I'll just present it to the camera. How about that? Give me a second.
this is something we plan on. This is something we plan doing every year. As I've started it now, I'm not backing down. I'm really keen on developing the healthcare system in Nigeria. That's my goal, and that's primarily why I left England.
Oh wow, you are in England, based there, right?
Yeah, I was based in England, and I'm also sending you a picture of me and my wife, because my without my wife it wouldn't have been.
Aww.
She
As you
also
said, this
plays
is my wife now. All our female viewers are
my
just
wife
like
is a medical doctor. She's a medical doctor as well. So she played a great role in the she played a great role in the coordination of the outreach.
Hmm.
So there's a lot there's a lot we get to talk about and catch up on.
Yes, I see these pictures. These are beautiful outreach pictures. I see the pharmacy outreach. These are, oh my goodness, these are beautiful. We're going to dive deep into these pictures and talk more about it. Oh, CJ, I'll talk to him later. Yeah, but this podcast is already being epic already. This, bro, thank you so much for this, and once again, congratulations to you, bro. I'm really honored that I know you. I'm really honored that I know someone like you that is going making moves and has the altruistic heart to reach out and actually help people. That's
You
beyond everything.
you know you know how our friendship started. Our friendship was destined to be.
It was destined
So
to be. It started in an airport, and God, this is a friendship beyond all ages. It's a cloud 9 friendship. That's what I would say.
yeah, our friendship was destined to be.
Yes, sir.
So I really respect our friendship so much.
Aww.
It's it's one I can't joke with, because what were the what were the chances? What were the odds?
The odds of us meeting were beyond slim. And it
Yeah.
happened in an airport. That's why I need you to come and we need to tell these people the story of how we met. Because I meet
Yeah.
the best human beings in the strangest places at the best of times.
you know it.
Same thing with the babe on the show.
And you know when I did that, I didn't even know we were going to meet again.
Exactly. It was just something that I thought I'll see this person, wave to him bye bye at the airport, and we'll never meet again for our dear lives. And now look at it. You have been appointed AP of River State, and bro.
I didn't even know. Before you start to whine me, I didn't even know the person I was assisting was a big man. Was a big man himself.
I'm a humble man, sorry. I'm not a big man. Is what my father is. I'm just humble.
Have you seen the more pictures I sent you?
I'm seeing them, my G. I would love to look at them, but let me quickly talk about this and then come back to this because we have digressed so much. I don't want to keep my viewers who are coming to answer this thing. But
I'll be happy to join.
Let me send you this link now. Let me send you this link, please.
Although I wouldn't want to be on video because
that's fine. That's fine. You can join and put your audio in, and you will join this. But I've sent you the stream link so you can join. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. You should see it.
I'm loading it now.
For those who want to join us, you can have up to 10 people on this podcast. You come in, you introduce yourself, tell us who you are, what you like, who I am to you, where you first time you met me, last time you met me, things like that, you know. So please go ahead and hit that link, join us, okay? Let me quickly explain to the people how many miles is 7,269, okay?
Oh my God.
You're going to enjoy it. It's called the Flight on the Wall podcast, and I'm your host, your brother, your friend, Prince Dr. Chukwuemeka Edward Ated Anyawuna Wado Hawan of Abugo. Yeah? What did you say, dude?
You said
7,000. That's the diameter of the Earth. 7,200 and... Hold on, let me be correct exactly.
I think I've just joined.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm using. I joined with the name Lucinda Speed. That's my wife's.
Okay.
That's my wife's name. I used to join.
You joined the StreamYard link. I don't see you yet. You have to either enter the studio first.
Okay, I'm seeing an option of allow mic or cam access.
So you turn off your cam and then you leave your mic on.
Okay.
And then you enter the studio.
Allow. So how do I turn off my cam?
There should be a button there to turn it off.
Stop cam. Okay, I see the stop cam.
Yep.
Yeah. So am I in?
When you are in, it should pop up here. I will see it if you are in. Do you see a button that says Enter Studio?
Yes.
Click Enter Studio. Boom, you are in. All right, welcome to the show. Hey. Yeah, I know, right?
Greetings to the house.
Greetings. Welcome on board, my G. Welcome to the show. This is the
Doctor Engineer Einstein Emeka.
I am beyond honored, my G. I am beyond honored. Beyond honored. An honor beyond.
Nice to meet you guys. Nice to meet you guys too.
Yes, welcome to the show. We have people who are watching us live. You know, they are always interested. We have. Let me show you my screen, so you see how we're working on multiple platforms at the same time. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna present my screen to you. All right. Yep.
Oh wow! That's a great.
Give me a second. Let me add you to the show because it's just you that's remaining. You're gonna join the show in 1 second now. Boom. All right, you are in volume. Yep, your mic is there. Okay, so what you do now is you can go off of this so that you hop in on the main show so that we can hear you clearly. Okay.
How do I go off?
So I'm going to cut this call and then that should activate your mic on the other side.
Okay.
All right, sorry. Cutting it here. Boop. All right, that should activate in testing. Say something so we see we can hear you. We can't hear you. Check if your mic is on. That just went to infinity.
To infinity.
Infinity and beyond. All right, let me see. Do we have clear audio? Can you hear us, Benson? If you cannot hear us, please give us a call back. Please, just call me right back on my phone. If you can, I can't hear you, but I'm sure you can hear us. Let me give you a call right back because I was enjoying that call. I'll just put you on speaker so you join us on speaker from here. But every other person. All right, can we continue our mathematics? So yeah, I don't know why, but I couldn't hear you over here.
Yeah, me too. I couldn't hear, but I could see.
Guys, okay, as long as you can see, that's great for me. You can see and people can you can hear us from this side. Dubem, can you say something, please?
I
Okay, so
Okay.
you can hear him, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. That's all we need then. That's all we need for now. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get the day started. We've been talking on what were we talking about? Can you reiterate my guests? Can you tell us what we've been talking about?
All right, so
Uh,
we're trying to get up the bubble, find the center of the earth here. So
Yes.
one of the things that they started was picking up a couple of formulas you could have used. But I'm guessing what they listed is using the two by R. So that's two plus five by I multiplied by R, where R is the radius of the earth. So just so who are in the numbers, when so on, use math such as mouse on chat. So we have two multiplied by R, where R is
Oh, we are echoing again. Hold on. Sorry, we are echoing again. We got an echo going. My bad.
Do you think I should turn off the? Do you think I should turn off the Snapchat call?
Yeah, because if maybe that's probably why. That I would love
Yeah.
for you to. You can off that your stream and join back again. That without this, like if you call this call, then hit that link again. It should connect properly this time.
Okay.
Try it. All right. So that is going off. I'm going to switch this guy right back. Sorry about that, guys. For those that are just
Yeah,
listening.
hello.
Hello. Oh, I can hear you
Okay.
now. You are in the show.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
are
yeah.
in the show.
Thank
Perfect.
you. Thank you.
All right, that sorted that out. All right, perfect. Welcome to the show. Please, I'll use this opportunity to let's go ahead. Just one real quick. Just introduce ourselves. Tell everybody who we are, so that people know what we're talking about before we go ahead and begin diving into these orbital mechanics. And then we can even use this opportunity to give us a preview on what you were talking about earlier, because those people did not hear you. You were in my ear. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'll start. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who are just joining us, it's your honorable, humble Prince Dr. Chukwemeka Edward Ated Anyanwuna Waro Hawan of Abugo. Your friends, my friends, they all call me Eddy4Shot's, and it's a pleasure to have you on the other side of the listening wave. I have two guests with me live on the show. We have a bunch of guests that are not live, but they are tuning in, asking questions, making sure that the sound and the echoes are being checked up. So I really appreciate you, Crystal, on the other side of the listening wave. Thank you all so much for those who are listening on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Yes. So please go ahead, gentlemen. Could you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are. Tell us what you do. Tell us how you know me. First time you met me. Last time you met me. 5 questions.
I'm not a doctor, at least not yet. I am engineer Stephen IW is the program, also the Lord of Fairy. I'm equally titles become IOP, MSc, PhD. It's just a fancy of education. Um, so what I currently do, I do a couple of things. The first thing is I am a special education consultant for the state of Massachusetts. My job mostly involves coming up with curriculums and more like innovative or more the right word is better, but you don't like to do it better. Just more accessible, more innovative, more better curriculums and learning procedures for all STEM subjects for kids who are deemed special education. Um, as for most of my job right now, especially right currently right now, involves me working in a middle school where I actually teach in person direct with the kids, and then I kind of like try my methods or the new process of teaching I want to do and see how they react to it, and then write reports about whether or not we need to adjust it or is this better than what we currently have, or how does this? It's supposed to be a long term project. Our doctor Nayatono.
Hello.
Yeah, it's you. I'm done.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Benson, calling from Nigeria. I trained in Ukraine, did my master's in England, did a master's in global healthcare management. Currently working, currently working as a GP in the Rivers State government, and also a special advisor to the chairman of the local government in Rivers State.
This is
I
so
also own
awesome.
an I also own a hospital and a medical organization which aims at providing innovative and quality healthcare in Nigeria, which is something that's not very common. Yeah. So how did I meet Eddie?
Go ahead,
Eddie E-
please.
Eddie is a great man I met at Istanbul airport. Yeah, randomly. We were both going back to
Random.
school.
Random.
Randomly, we just ran into each other, and Eddie, should I say the full story?
Go ahead, yo. This is my podcast. I agree for
Yeah,
everything on it. So please,
yeah,
there's no
yeah,
filter. If you want to curse, go ahead. I'm good.
yeah.
It's just people
We
people
were,
just be aware we do all of that on this podcast. So please, viewer discretion is advised.
yeah. So we just met at the airport, and I met the brother who was sort of stranded. I think his card wasn't working,
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
wanted
that was
to
like,
eat with his brother.
God damn
So
it.
I
Go ahead, go
that's
ahead. Look,
why yeah,
I was just explaining what I was doing. I was like, poop, poop, God damn it.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So I just randomly had lunch with these nice chaps. I didn't know we would
That
meet
was
again in Ukraine.
the best thing that ever happened. Imagine, let me just take it from there. Let me just explain to them how unique this was, right? We were traveling from East Nigeria to Ukraine. We had a stopover in Istanbul, right? And I'm in the airport. Me, I'm the kind of person that likes to explore all the airport, check out everything, see how everything is going. And then I'm at the place, it's time to eat. We had a check for $1,000 in my hand. But because we are not in America or in Nigeria, we could neither cash it. Okay, cool, no problem. Now I have so much money that I cannot use, and I'm at the place. I thought my card would work because it's supposed to be an international banking card, right? Now
Yeah.
there's money in my card,
No, it's the money
so
market.
I'm getting there. I try to use my card. My card is not working, and I'm just like dejected. I've been waiting in line for a good 30 minutes, and I'm here. So this guy walks up to me and he's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Man, my card is not working, bro." I didn't even expect anything. I was just telling him what my problem was, and he was like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "What's this guy asking me what I want? Like, is he? Does it mean that? What does it mean that I don't know what I'm doing here, or like what does it mean what I want?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "What do you want? What do you want to eat?" I'm like, just regular sandwich. We're just hungry. We just been here for a minute. I'm me and my brother here, so we introduced each other. We grabbed the lunch. We sat down. We talked. We got to know that he's in Ukraine, going to the same place that I am. Spoke in Ukrainian a few, said a couple things that kind of made us feel happy and warm inside. That was real good and real awesome. And then we got acquainted more. We got to we're like, okay, thanks for meeting me. Till we meet again, hopefully one day, right? That was what I thought. And lo and behold, we had met. I think we met once in Ukraine, did we?
Yeah. When I came to Tenopil,
Yes.
I came to
Yes.
Tenopil, I came to your house and you took care of me.
Yes, sir. I do my best. I do my best. I remember that time. I was like, "Yes, please come over to my house. We have some goodies and detectables." Those people that are in Ukraine will realize what we're talking about. That was very, very fun times in Ukraine. Whenever you are in my house, I make sure you are treated the best of the best. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yes, sir.
sorry I have to say this because Emeka is such a weirdo. He loves cats. So that I went to his house and I saw cats.
So you saw
Hey.
what?
Cats, pussy, cat, pussies. What are the
Pussy.
pussies? Yeah,
You got to have. I have dogs. Plenty dogs.
not dogs, pussies.
I used to have cats as well.
Oh my goodness. Yes. So
Yeah.
somebody said how kind to your gesture. Uh, Sonny, let
Yeah.
me let me write the comments that somebody said to your what you did for us. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna copy it real quick. Copy, Control C. I'll post it right here. She wrote, "How kind of you." Hey, do you see the comment down there? Yeah, how
Oh
kind.
yeah.
Yes, with a smiley face. That was very nice of you because honestly, I wouldn't have had any food to eat that entire day, and you really came through and helped us out. Yeah, I don't want to keep our guests waiting for too long, right? Because they've been listening, they've been trying to solve this orbital equation. You remember, Dubim, we are here to solve orbital equations.
Oh my god.
But it's good. This is what I love about my podcast. It can tangent so fast and so far away from the topic. Yet we always try to bring it back and have everybody educated and know what we are here for, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us go ahead and continue. We've introduced ourselves. We've gotten a little bit knowledge about both of us. Dubim, I don't think you told the audience how you met me. Give us that story, maybe so that we can build some
It may
kind
be
of
underage children here. I'll give it another day.
good idea. Great idea. Yes, there are some below 20, about 47 years old trivia. Yeah.
You
It
guys
is
are
well.
funny.
We try our best to make it fun and lively here on the show, right? All right, let's do some maths. Okay, so we have the circumference of the Earth as being, what did we calculate it as? We saw that little guy showed us the
Yeah.
angles.
I told you, check your circumference again. Actually, check your radius again.
All right, my radius I have here 7926.2.
That's your diameter. So yes.
Am I wrong? What did I?
So the
Oh,
radius, yeah, that's what I was saying. Just check it. It's kind of like you wrote it as diameter, but you're calling it as radius. That's what I'm saying.
got. Oh, okay, that's my bad. That's
I'm
my bad.
definitely going to take it. I'm definitely going to take a course in physics because of you guys.
So the way it should go,
Oh,
if we
you see,
started with a radius as being 3,963.1 miles, because remember we're all using miles, and then we're still using 2r as radius, so
okay.
it gives us diameter at that point at 7,926.2 miles. For those who want to head to kilometers, that becomes 4.2123 kilometers.
Wow.
If I'm
Wait, did you say
correct,
4.2123?
yeah, kilometers,
Impressive.
not meters.
And do you notice that it has that 42123
Yeah, also
resonance to it?
I was looking at that and laughing. The thing about my when you're doing relativity, and I was listening to this when I was driving home. It's the concept of special relativity. There are certain things that somehow must always be relative. Like this year, 2025 is actually a perfect. It's a perfect. It's a perfect broken down cube. But
Is it a
no,
cube or a leap? I
perfect
thought it
broken
was
down
a perfect
square.
leap year.
Square year, not leap.
Square
Square.
year, square year,
So
yes.
each value breaks down to the square that gives you 2025.
Sorry. Can I ask a question? What's the difference between a square year and a leap year?
Leap year is just the way we call it. That year where you have 29. Squared year
Okay.
is just a breakdown, more or less anything that can be square rooted. So square year.
Okay. Okay.
So let
Right.
me let me
Right.
give
Right.
an example for somebody that like a layman. So a leap year in its definition, right? We were explaining revolution and rotation before, right? Every day, every rotation gives us 24 hours, right? Every revolution gives us 1 year. Now,
Mm-hmm.
every revolution is not perfectly 365 days.
Like
It is
this.
365 days and 6 hours. Okay? So every 4 years, those 6 hours turn out to make another 24. So that gives us an extra day that is off center. So to correct for that, every 400 years we add in a year, or every 4 years we add in a day.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's for leap year. Now for square year, it's just a function of maths. Like if you were to have something that is square rootable, like
45 times
100.
45 gives you 2025. So
Exactly.
25, the year 2025 is the square year of
Of
45 BC.
45 BC.
Actually, no, is it BC or is it?
Is it BC or is it not
It's,
AD?
it actually should be 45 year 45, but then if you want to translate it to BC, depends on when you start counting it.
Counting
This is
from.
the birth of Christ now. So
But
that's where
then,
the
but then it won't be correct because you have 2025 plus 45
yeah.
years or 43, 44 years. Anyways, we are digressing. All right, so we got this 4.2123, right? Oh, sorry, 4212.3. That's what we got as the
Kilometers. For this
kilometers,
now,
right?
7,926.2 miles.
Miles, and then this was in kilometers. All right, my question now is, if we split that in half to get the radius, how many do we have? That's
Back to the
two.
radius.
Yes, let's. I want to, because we want to get the circumference of the Earth.
3,963.1 miles.
Okay, 3,963.1 mile. Okay. All right. So that is our radius, and our distance is seven. Our diameter is 7926. So what is our circumference then? Our circumference formula is 2 pi d,
By hour.
or 2 pi r square. Okay, go ahead. Or
So
two
if
pi r.
I'm using 2 pi r because everyone knows
Okay.
I don't like explanation. So I use 2 times pi multiplied by 3,963. Sorry, 3,963.1, which gives
Okay.
us, if I move the 2, I have pi times 7,926.2. The
Okay.
value of pi I'm using is almost the complete value of pi. But even
Wow,
though
you calculated it recently?
no,
I,
I didn't say the full. No, no, I'm not. No, 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 no. I'm not that good.
okay, I
I'm
just
not
I
that
just
good.
want to be sure.
No, no,
I
no,
just want to
no.
be sure.
I just use six decimal places of
Six
pi.
decimal places. That's pretty fair. If you have
Nope.
sigma six, if anything of sigma six is pretty accurate, right? So that's a good starting point. 6 decimal points.
The kids I teach in the Russian school of math, those ones can recite pi up to the 21st place. So I can't even do it.
Jesus.
Even I can't even recite up to I can't even recite up to the seventh. Yes, they do.
I only know 3.1423. That's all.
Thank you. It's what they got us in Nigeria. People are also, do you know there's actually a funny story behind this. Do you
Go
know
ahead.
that there were teachers back then that tried to leverage it that we should change it to three significant figures? Actually, some even argue for two. They always say 3.142. It's a fourth significant figure. 142. Most of the time you abbreviated when you were in primary school or secondary school. What did you do? Two decimal places. So you can see why when they were advocating to the Ministry of Education that we should change pi.
You should change pi. So they wanted to keep it as 3 decimal places only. That is the 3.14, right?
Uh-huh. No, no, two is best than pi.
Okay, that's a fun fact that I didn't know before. Now I knew. The reason why we have three decimal places or three numbers for the pi is because of some issue that happened in
Yeah,
education
it's
back
more
in
or
the
less
day.
government. That's why we remember it that way. That and the British. The British
All
taught
right.
Wow.
all our parents the other way. So I use
Okay.
3.14159. So that gives you 24,900.87 miles. That is your circumference.
Perfect. All right. Now we've gotten our circumference 24,900. miles, 0.84, right? Or 87.
87.
Okay. So 24,900 miles, 0.87.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the distance if you are to start walking on any landmass that connects completely around the Earth, bringing you back to the same spot. You will have to walk for 24,900 miles. So now, to answer the question that we brought us on this entire tangent, right? Let me go ahead and share my screen one more time. Okay, so we had this question that came in from Crystal. Right? She was asking, let's see what she asked. She was like, "How long does it take to travel around the Earth?" Okay, that was the question. Now, that's we have to go into relativity for
That's
that
a
one, right?
difficult question. It's actually a very difficult one. It's actually it's a competition question we do, sir.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You get
So
this,
tell us
man.
about it. So how if as a physicist, I'll tell you as a medical doctor, right, what I would think about when we're trying to solve this kind of situation. And also you, sir, as a public medical doctor, sir Benson, we would like you to also give us what you think as part from the public sector, what do you think this question, how to solve it will be. And then we'll go about solving it. Okay. So the person asked how how long does it take to travel around the Earth? Now, the question I'll bring forth to make this a little bit easy and so we can break it down will be: are we using, human power? That is our own leg at this bends, Is
Bye.
that what we're using? Are we using human power? Are we using horsepower? That is some type of animal or some type of cart. Are we using engine power? We means, of course, it's still some type of horsepower just multiplied in the mechanical form, right? Or are we defying gravity and choosing to make this thing airborne? So, or are we choosing space to do our traversing? So, my question to you now is: how do we go about solving how long it takes to travel around the Earth? Okay, we can start with you, Sir Benson. Sir Sonny.
No, no, no. That's not fair to start with me. I'm the baby of the house.
So it's the
So
baby of the house.
yeah, I'm the baby of the house. So at least someone else should start, and then I follow it up medically.
All right.
Okay.
I don't mind. I'll start.
All right,
So
sir.
I will quote an old book from back in the day. How you say I said old as if I'm that old?
All right,
So the
that's why I'm
legal book
looking at
that
you.
the legal book that most people should know. If you don't know it, then honestly at this point, especially if you're above 20, 27 and you don't know this book, I feel sorry for you. It's an old book written that said around the world in 80 days. It got
Oh,
up
I
to,
love that book.
which it is based on a truthful hypothesis. The hypothesis
Really?
then was, yeah, it's a truthful hypothesis. It was about so a French book is actually initially French. So with Philippe Fogg,
Philian Fogg.
London guy who was employed as a French valet. Imagine British man employed in France as a driver. Postulated that to drive the circumverates or has circumvates. Circumvert, how do you know how to pronounce it? So the idea is
Circumvent.
that no, not circumvent, circumverates. So he's trying to say, oh, remember what you said about being a sphere? Unfortunately, since we are not just a 2D circle, we also have depth and we have depth in the dimension.
Yes.
So it's hard to describe. You can't even use area there. Most of the time, the only way to even explain is using volume. But again, because
Yes.
the earth itself is not hollow, so it's not as if you can swim and keep swimming and say water fill it and go and use the volume. So
Okay.
the best way to start is to use area, and for areas it doesn't work. So what we particularly was use circumference, which is more or less the general diameter island to island, going circumverting the earth itself. So you can't use the poles, which is what makes it fun. You can't use the poles because again, look if you pull up a map, you have your map, pull it up, check North Pole to South Pole.
Let's do that real quick. I'm gonna present to you guys so you
You
guys can
see
see my screen. Let's say not go to.
North Pole to South Pole. You will see at some point there's a main part that we all know crosses mostly water. So how you can't even assume that.
Means something like this.
Yeah. So when he said circumference, the idea was take it as a diameter going from making sure you must cross an island on majority of the area. So which is why it goes through China, one of the China and Russia, one of the biggest land masses in terms of a complete island in the world. So his first day was 80 days. Generally, it didn't take more or less the same 80 days. The idea was just again, you have to understand that he took in wind dimensions and everything across the whole technology. If we were to do it now, we'll probably be less than 80.
Yeah, because we have better cars and we have um,
Yeah,
like bridges that connect to faster routes around the places, right?
yeah, we'll do it in much less. I think the slowest we should do it right now, as long as you're not stopping, non-stop. My estimate would
That's
at least be, especially if we're following the same routes, circumference. I can't use area. It just will not work. The only way area can work is I just say, okay, if I calculate the area of the earth, I just say, okay, put your milometer and say that until you have driven up unto this amount, and then that's the area. Which means at some point there will be certain landmarks you may cross two times and it still won't be a uniform movement. Because even if
okay.
you do it uniformly and say, all right, if the earth is this in a 3D dimension, you did the lower half, came up, went the next one, came up, went the next one. Like when you are young and you are trying to open lollipop wrapper and you are not good enough to open it fully. You are opening bit by bit, tearing up bit by bit going up. Even if you don't repeat a section, that no matter which way it goes on, that will still be greater than the total area of the actual lollipop. No matter which way. It will be greater than the area of
Are you
the
talking about trying to flatten a sphere?
not even
I don't know
flatten,
if
just
I'm
trying to
like you're
drive.
trying to draw you're trying to place a flat object on on a 3D sphere, a 2D
It's not
representation
even.
of a 3D.
I'm using a 3D representation. That's why I said lollipop. You have a lollipop. You're opening it. You're opening the wrapper, and you're pulling each end, making sure you don't repeat any pull. So you're pulling uniformly, which none
Yeah.
of us can do. Going up each section. By the time you get to the last pull, where you come off, no matter which way you did it or how accurate you are, the total distance at which you travel at that point will still be greater than the area of the lollipop. It's just a simple.
Is it not because of a function of physics? Because you are a little bit higher than the body or that you are trying to unwrap from. So technically, your volumetric area is larger than the lollipop's area. Technically,
That's the word. Now we've added volumetric area, which is a word that generally does not even exist in terms of coordinate geometry. Now you mix volume with
got
the
you.
area. Area is square, volume is cube. But because we have, like I said, the world is 3D and is round. It's not just hollow. It's round with dimensions. Now we have it's more like having the best way to put it is like having a fourth dimensional object in a three-dimensional calculation, which is even worse than
Yes.
having a three-dimensional object in a
In a
two-dimensional
2D
calculation.
dimensional object, yeah, because 4D has to do with change and duration and time,
So at
and
this point,
there's a lot of factors that go into that.
if I want to solve it and be even closer to accurate, which I will still be wrong, but the closest way is I'll do integration because the only way integration is area below the graph. So I'll start integrating because I will now start taking the earth in terms of length. So I won't even use diameter. I will have to change my diameter to length. So I have to like peel the earth and take everything around like that. Then deduct it from the area of the earth's core because we assume that we cannot be in the core. And this now even becomes the dumber part. You do the area of the earth, but remember you're not traveling through the center of the earth. So you're traveling on the surface of the earth. And this
Yes,
is before even enter physics, where you now start taking into consideration weather conditions.
that's
So
true.
you
You have to
see
also
how
take into consideration elevation, depression,
everything
mountains,
is pressure.
valleys,
I'm
streams.
doing natural circumstances. I'm assuming there's no friction. I'm assuming there's
That's
no
where you
change.
as a physicist is going to work in.
Yeah,
Because me, I will have
I'm
to
assuming.
assume how long I'm walking, what kind of shoe I'm wearing, right?
That's what you said. As a physicist, I'm already doing my assumptions. I've removed, I've removed weather condition. I've removed
Yeah.
deterioration due to the material you're using. So I've already removed deterioration itself. I've even removed half life.
Hmm.
Then I've considered 24 hours, 24 hours, which is not true. So
That's true.
it is. This is why I say it's a competitional question. In even when I was in IOP, it is a competitional question. The best person who can give a closer, accurate answer and explain all their assumptions. Back then, the price used to be about what, 2,000, that's what, $4,000.
I
So
see.
that's my answer.
So to
I'll see
answer
you
her question,
in 80
let's
days.
try to answer the question she proposed, right? How long will it take? Okay, now I'm going to give us 5 categories, right? Or four. Let's do 4 categories, and then we'll try to guess, all of us, how long it will take to travel, right? With these 4 categories, and then we'll check online and see people that have actually tried this thing and what it came out to be. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Okay, and people in the comment section, you guys can join us for this part. Okay, you guys can definitely join us for this part. If what do you guys think the distance is, or the time it will take you to go from, let's say, it's the time it will take you to go from point A on Earth to point B, which is right behind you on Earth on a sphere, right? Because if you remember what I was saying, that on a sphere, the farthest place away from you on a sphere is right behind you. I just got a dislike for that. I was supposed to get a like for that. That was very intrusive. Have you guys ever had that concept before?
I heard it. It was interesting.
Where it was like the farthest place away from you that you are seeking is right behind you if you turn around.
Actually, the way you said it makes sense. Give me 2 minutes. I'll actually throw my question and
You
shoot.
actually did. Okay, good. Because one thing I know is that if you keep walking, if you put a dot on the ground right now and you keep walking, right? If you were to trace a line, north, west, south, east, the farthest place from that location, because if you say, let's say this is where you start from the north, right? Let's say I'll use my head as a point. You walk around like this, right? This is half of it. So you've walked out 12. This is half, 50%, right? So if point A, if this was 100, you've only walked 50 miles away, right? So the farthest place away, this would be like maybe 50 plus 25, like 75, and this would be 50 plus 50, that would be 100. So that means right behind you would be the farthest place away from you. Okay? So let's say we were going to use a car. Okay? So our first category will be our leg, the second category will be a car, the third category will be maybe a boat, and the fourth category will be a rocket. How does that work? Let's write
Yeah.
down our options. Those in the audience, I want you guys to write it down. So we'll go legs, cars, ships, and rockets. All right. So something like this, guys. Legs, cars, ships, and rockets. Let me bring myself out here. Let me show you again. Legs, cars, ships, and rockets. All right. As you can see, I was solving alongside with you, right? So I had my answers. If you are wrong, I would have known. All right. So let's carry on. I was asked now. So for legs, I want us to write down what we think, and then we say it out. All right. So how long do you think it would take you if you were to start walking? How many days do you think it will take you to walk from point A back to the farthest point away from you, which is behind you, point B, if you are using your legs? You have 10 seconds to write down your answers now.
This one hard.
5, 4,
No.
3, 2,
Yeah.
1.
Wait. Ah, okay.
This is
Jesus.
fun. This is a lot of fun.
You don't understand because like the way I've done it, I've gotten my amount in terms of kilometers per hour. I've seen you trying to break it down into days.
Divided by 24. Yes, you get your answers in kilometers per hour, then you multiply by 23 or 24, and you get your kilometer per day.
This is hard. Under pressure.
So if
You
you
as
are,
can't
because
I'll give you.
I'll give you an extra 2 minutes to solve for your equation, because I'm like, okay, what are you doing if you're traveling at say 4 kilometers per hour, or maybe five
I'm
kilometers
wondering
per
what I do
hour?
because
How many are you
what
doing
I'm
per day?
calculating is. Let me know which human being can do this.
No, you have to adjust for human being this thing. You know, you have to also
That's
know
why I
that the
said
person
that's
must
why I just
rest.
realized I made my mistake. I just like literally because I did my initial
Yes.
conversion using the fastest jet we had back in
Oh
1995.
wow, wow!
So
Not
when you
the
are saying
SR
it,
bird,
I was
not
doing a
this.
conversion from jet into human, but I now realized I was using the same speed as a jet.
A human
Me,
is
I would,
traveling at Mach 4. Like,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
definitely. But the result is interesting because when I did it as a jet, I did it as a jet flying. I calculated it actually based on the real life jets that I attempted back in the day. It, I,
Ooh, hold on. I'm gonna mute you real quick. Yeah, sorry about that. Whew, that was very very loud. Hello. I,
animals.
yeah,
So
was that
I
you?
did my calculation based on a jet that actually tried it. So this jet was attempted to match a speed of 858.1 kilometers an hour.
858.1 kilometers per hour.
So if it's going at that point, and it's assuming that okay, we're saying we're taking out 24,901 miles, which is roughly what we said the first time. It's just approximated 0.87 became point 1, became 901. Sorry. So that jet postulated that we could do the circumference of the Earth in 46 hours, 39 minutes. That's the first one I can. Of course, it did not fly. 'Cause I think when it even flew, it actually flew the thing in 31 days.
Hmm.
Yeah, it flew it in 31 days. So when I was now doing the exploration back to human, instead of to change it and take it considering human speed, I now did the calculation as a human being, assuming
At
human
that
being was
speed,
speed, and I got
because he's
1.94 days.
Superman, and you got what?
I never show someone feed do. This one is flash. 1.94 days.
49. Wait, what did you say?
1.94 days for human being to walk around the earth. Yes, that's what I was saying. Hold on, I'm wondering what I'm writing. I was actually no, I was actually solving and going. I've used two sheets already, back and forth. That's 4 papers,
And you are solving the wrong equation.
and I was doing the wrong thing.
See, guys, you need to follow the rules. You have to know how to answer, and you have to remember relativity, because it's very important. You know.
Yeah,
Yes.
creativity.
All right.
So,
Sonny, what about you, sir? What was your answer? You saw Sir Dubim
hmm.
here. He got a very very wild answer, but he later changed it. What about you, sir?
Well, me, I think obviously I'm not going to do all the calculations you guys are doing because I'm not into that. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna say it in days, by
Go ahead.
leg, or by car.
Let's start with
Um,
leg.
let's start with leg. Um, let's say by leg. It should take. You guys shouldn't laugh at my answer, please. But
See,
it's
no,
supposed to.
if
It,
it's dumb, we will laugh. No, that's for sure.
your own cannot be
because
wrong now.
obviously my answer is going to be dumb 100%. By leg, I approximate it's going to take it's going to take about 10 to 11 months.
You are cruel.
Okay,
Because
okay.
I did a rough approximation right now. If I'm going non-stop, using clocking a normal human speed walk. I know
Yeah.
you're normal. Let's say we can do 5 kilometers an hour. If we're
Yes.
assuming walking non-stop for at 5 kilometers an hour using the same thing, we can actually say 335 days.
That means no sleep, no rest, no
No,
chill,
nothing.
nothing.
Then,
Continuously.
if we
Yeah.
assume long distance walking with the assumption that the person walks 8 hours every day and covers the same 5 kilometers an hour, so that means the person is walking 40,
40,
40 kilometers
40
per
kilometers
day.
a day.
So we can now it now becomes what 40,075 divided by 40 per day. That's what
Mm-hmm.
1,00. Hold on,
So
one
yeah,
point
you're already going more than
days. So it's a
yeah
thousand days.
a
A thousand
thousand
and
days.
one.
It's
Ah, it's
it's
getting
supposed to
closer
be
to my
it's
own.
supposed to
Oh.
be
It's
in
getting closer
months.
to my
Yes. For
answer.
being more realistic, 1,001 days. Actually, call it
Okay, is
1,000 days because 0.875 should have entered the next day.
hey me. I did the
Depending on
maths
what
and
year it was. If it's a leap year, then no, it's still 1,001 days. If the regular year is 1,002 days.
how many leap years are in 1,000 days?
Depends on the first year you started counting because you have to find the
It
leap
doesn't
year.
matter. It has to be four, right? So you have to just find what 1/4 is, and then
If the person
count in
started
between that.
if the person started doing this work this year, then definitely
Okay.
it's not a leap year that he continued into. But if they
Okay.
started it in the year before a leap year,
Yes,
uh-huh.
but 1,000 days is 3 years.
So it depends on the year that the work started in.
Okay.
For you to go, that's the problem. That's why I just write the full estimate and I cannot tell you the exact amount. See, math is annoying.
It is annoying. It's relative. That's what they say. Your
Relative,
relatives are like that. All right.
relativistic, everything.
Let me now give you guys my. I've not checked this answer anywhere, guys. To be honest with you, I just thought of this. I was like, if somebody is walking, because
Are you
the
sure?
pace I used, I'm 100% sure this is coming to you straight from my noggin. Okay. So I did the same thing with Adubemde, which is like just try to say, okay, should I use the fastest thing I know right now and then start there and then walk backwards? I was like, no. How about I start small and then walk forward, because I know the speed for to escape Earth's gravity, right? We talked about it earlier, which was we have to find out the distance of gravity falling. That is 9.6 meter per second, right? And then you multiply that into kilometers, you get 26,000 plus to hit escape velocity out of Earth's gravity well, right? So all those good stuff. I was like, that one is already known. Let's go to something we don't know, or I myself don't know. So I said, if I'm walking at 2 kilometers per hour, which is just a leisure walk, right? And I say I'm walking 2 kilometers an hour, so that every hour I walk 2 kilometers. If I decide to walk for 10 hours a day, that will make me 20 kilometers, right? Every day, right? So 2 hours, 2 times 10, that's 20 kilometers every day. And I said, okay, if I'm going to be walking 10 hours a day, that's a long process. That means I will need some days to rest. So I could do,
Yes.
say, 5 days on, 2 days off, right? So that in every month, a whole week, all the weekends are gone. So that will give us how many days? So 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 days out of a month. Let's say a perfect month, the average month is about 30 days, right? 8 days out of that month.
Yeah.
So for every month, I'm working continuously for 22 days, correct? All right. So and I say 22 days. So the shortest month we know is 29. So I was like, why don't I work the minimum of how long it will take me to work in 28 days, right? So if normally I was supposed to work 22 days out of a month, and this month has 28, I'm supposed to work 22 days there. So I rounded it up to 25 days now. And I said for every month I want to work 25 days, 5 days to rest, because I'm going to do power resting on those days. But for 25 days I'm going to be working. And then how long will it take me to walk 20 kilometers multiplied by, and I looked at this number up here, that was 24,000 24,900, right? And I said, okay, just basic at leisure pace. If I was to slice this 24,000 in half, right, I'll get in the relative ballpark of 11,000 something, right? So I just did a stone throw and I rounded it up to 12,000 and I put D behind it because it's 12,000 days. And I said, what is 12,000 days in years? Let's
So,
do the math. Let's do the math. I have Google. I can do Google. Google
360.
can pull that one up for us.
365, but you did 365. Which one?
Sorry?
You're using 365, right?
Yeah, let's use 365.
So no matter what, 12,000 by 365, just take 36 and do 5. That, no matter which way that was, that's 32 point something. So if that point something, anyway,
That's
it works like 876. 32.876. I'm correct. So, sorry,
32.876 is
876. I was wrong.
that's how many months it will take you to
Yeah, I
work.
was wrong. I said 876. 877. Hey, God, I need to start practicing my estimation. Yeah,
So let's find out. We've all asked our own, right? We've all found out what our own. What I said was 12,000, right? And it will take me 32 months to work it around, right? You said, Benson, you said yours was, what did you say, 10 to 11 months, correct? So that's a good amount. And Dubem, you said 1.3 days.
I made it wrong. Okay,
Oh no, we lost Benson. That's fine. But yeah,
I
1.3
think
days.
ones are probably the closest to a real life scenario because it does
Yeah.
make more sense.
So, all right. Are you ready now for us to find out how long it takes to walk around the Earth, or do you want to answer all of them and then we find out all of them at once?
Answer this one. Answer this one.
Are you okay? You want to see the answer first?
I'm intrigued.
Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, we lost you for a second
I'm
there.
intrigued. I want to believe Eddie's answer is closer to the realest answer. The natural
I
answer.
might be wrong.
Every
See, I
one
might
of
be
you
wrong.
is a human being.
I
So
might
that
be
means that
wrong.
my answer should be the right one.
All right. Let's ask, how long will it take to walk around the Earth at 2 kilometers per hour?
Why you can't say that to 2 kilometers an hour? You're defining this.
Because it's the average of all of us now.
So the person is walking 2 kilometers an hour.
That is your leisure walk. That is like if you're not even stressing, if you're just glancing,
One
sightseeing. That is
marathon
too.
can go run as slow as 2 kilometers an hour. Sure you know.
No, exactly. It's too slow.
Every year I've given this work, it's always been an interesting answer.
Oh,
Look at this. I used to walk continuously without stopping. That's where the problem comes from. That matches more like I did.
Look at this. Look at this answer, people. To walk around the Earth at the speed of 2 kilometers per hour, it will take approximately 20,000 hours, 03.5, okay, which is approximately 834.9 days. Who said 1,000 days?
He knows himself. He knows himself. That's why he happens.
So I guess I'm the closest person to it then.
Roughly.
I was wrong, Sha, but it was good. Hold on. He sent me a chat.
Sure, should guys, should we go and do the experiment? Let's go and do the practical. But this one, instead of walking, we'll drive boats. Eddie will be the helmsman. Me, I will be the navigator.
Yes, we'll be the captain. Let's go.
The
Yeah,
first son of my
we will do it though. We will do. See, you'll be surprised. I will pull it off in a way that you.
You're ready to do go for people. I'm ready to enter the question and do it's not hard. It's not hard.
Oh my god! Thanks a million.
Ah.
Oh, oh my goodness. We do it every Saturday.
Why me a partner? All of us.
Hmm?
Like, Juicy, can you say hi? Say
Yeah,
hi.
he says that. Oh, hi, puppy. How are you?
Oh no, because this is an elderly dog, bro.
Yeah, she's still a puppy. She's tiny. You can fit her in your palm, can't you?
He's a Shih Tzu. He doesn't get bigger than. No, he's a Labrador. Though. He doesn't get bigger than this. This dog. It's they do bad thing. How many puppies have this Shih Tzu done
All
cost in my
right,
life?
let me go ahead and do this part real quick. Let's check our guests, everybody that is writing us, commenting, liking, all that good stuff. Okay, we see it's looking good so far. Hopefully, everybody's great. All right, so let's find out. We found out how long it will take to walk around the Earth, right? Are you ready to?
Let's
Are you ready
go.
to answer the next question? For cars, how long do you think it will take you to drive around the Earth? What's your answer?
My brother, we're not that fast. I'm not AI.
Are you saying I am AI? I just
AI.
solved it myself.
I'm
Doesn't mean
actually
I am AI.
I'm writing. If I show you my answers, in every answer I have two answers. One is the average, one is continuous, and one is realistic conditions. Yeah, done. I'm done.
Okay.
50.1 days.
Okay, that's a good estimate. Now, the only reason I chose my answer of 40 days, I'll tell you in a second. Can you tell us why you chose your answer of 51
I
point?
did it. I actually took that assumption that you did, but I just changed it around. So I said, okay, we're going to drive 8 hours a day, and then I know the speed that the person is going to match. So we're trying to do realistic travel conditions. So the person is at most going to drive 8 hours every day, and then we have to have considerations for refueling and other things. Going by 100 kilometers an hour, going at eight
Which
hours
is
every day,
very fast.
which is still very fast. Gives me 50.1 days.
Okay, okay, 50.1 days. That's not a bad idea. Me, I did my own a little differently because I was like, okay, I took in consideration that if you are going around the Earth, depending on where you're going, if you're heading towards the equator, you might be heading up north, right? And it might be slower. And but if you are going down from the equator and heading back towards the poles, it will be faster. Like your time will speed up. So I took those consideration into fact, and I put plus or minus 5 days on both ends of mine. Right. So I started. I said this person is going to be driving very understandably. Right. You're trying to break a record here. It's a deadline, but at the same time, you don't want to crash your car. Right. So I gave him highway speed plus 5 miles, right? So 60 miles an hour he's going at. 60 miles an hour, I was like, what is that in kilometers? I did the rap real quick. I was like 110, 120. Okay, I just rounded it up 100 kilometers, right? So that to be a good distance. It was more like 90 something, but I say 100 kilometers to be moving. Moving at 100 kilometers, I say, how long are you going to drive? Relatively speaking, somebody can sit down. Most truck drivers can hit a good 6 to 8 hours, no fueling, if they have their tanks full, right? But
DOT
some,
told us 10 hours. We drive 10 hours straight and we must take a rest break.
yes, that's
Truck
the rules. The rules is you must take a rest break every 10 hours, or at least everything. So if you're taking a rest break every 10 hours, I'm guessing must have had to refuel at least once. Okay, so if you are doing 10 hours a day before you rest for 8 hours, so if you have 18 hours that you can work out of every 24, you have 4 hours for your other extracurricular activities, things, food, rest, sleep, love, and all that. You'll be booking 100 kilometers an hour for 10 hours a day. That's 1,000 kilometers. It will take you about 40 days, I said, maybe 45 days, give or take. That's what I came up to be. Okay? Are you ready to find out the answer? So I
It'd be
said
great if
I
you
said
have, if
mine was
you,
40 days.
yeah, I said 50.1.
50.1. Oh, I wrote 51 for you. 50.1. All right. So I said 40 days plus or minus 5 days. His is 50.1. All right. Let's do. Let's check. Let's ask Google. First of all, let me share my screen. Sharing. All right. So, how long will it take to drive around the Earth at 100 kilometers per hour? Excuse me.
Ah, okay, that's work. I was afraid.
All right. So you see the circumference. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got the step one. We have to divide the Earth's circumference by the speed, which is 100. So it's gonna give us 400.75 hours. Convert time that those hours into days is approximately 16.7 miles. What? No
This one,
way.
yeah, no, they must have done non-stop. That one is non-stop.
Yeah, this is 400 hours non-stop. Oh yeah, definitely.
You know,
I'll
that's
say 400 hours, 8 hours a day. Is it 8 hours you said or 10 hours? 10 hours,
yeah,
right?
we did eight.
Okay.
You have to give you 10 hours to drive, or you did that calculation based on it.
So that was at 8 hours a day. At driving nonstop was 400 hours. It would take you. It would take you 16 point something days. So this one, accounting for only driving 8 hours a day, we solve for all of that. That gives us 800 kilometers per day, right? So approximately what? Oh, clap for yourself. Hey, that's a boy. Okay, so he was he was spot on, not even the closest. Spot on, ladies and gentlemen.
It's
Spot
not
on.
easy. It's why we go through paper anyhow. Do you know how many papers I've gone through?
You have literally done the above and beyond. I'm very happy. I'm very glad. See, this is what we do on the podcast, guys. We try to make it exciting so you guys learn so much and you're impressed. Yes. Oh no, this is impressive. Awesome, awesome. Okay. We got two more. Should be a little faster. Let's do both of them at the same time. Ships and rockets.
I've done ship, I'm on rockets.
Okay. For ships.
Mm, yeah. Rocket is a bit annoying because you can't even use average speed for rocket in offense because rocket is instantaneous travel. Yeah, I think this answer should be correct because in all fairness, it does match. A rocket goes in one direction. There's no, you don't even, you can ignore many things. I'm done.
All right, me too. Go ahead. You go first.
For ships, I get 111.32 days. That is going by the assumption that although yeah, I'm going by the assumption that the ship is traveling 12 hours a day, which is more or less maritime law. Usually at that. And then ships don't actually go as fast as cars. It's just that it's more unimpeded transportation. So the ship is matching 30 kilometers an hour and doing it at 108, doing it at 12 hours per day shifts. So 111.32 days. A rocket goes at instantaneous travel.
Yes.
So
And it
anything,
keeps accelerating.
every other thing does not concern it. The only part where you have issues are once you have broken out, like what you are saying, once you have broken out from Earth's gravity, there's again another instantaneous shift in speed because at that point there's no more friction.
Yes,
But
now it goes to delta V's.
the amount of time I had, there's no way I can do that one. So what I do, I just took the distance and divided by speed. On average nowadays, do we know a rocket can march 28,000 kilometers an hour? Forget that once you've broken through Earth's gravity hole, that speed does not count anymore because again, there's no friction there. So wherein the rocket is traveling 28,000 kilometers an hour, the actual perceived speed of the rocket is not that amount, is much higher. But I'm going by what my brain can remember and what I can do on pen and paper right now. So for rocket, I get 1.43 hours. Actually, no,
1.43
sorry,
hours.
1.6 hours. 1.26.
1.26 hours. All
One
right, I'm
hour.
going to write your this thing here 1.26, and then my own. You said 100 and what
111.32 days for sailing.
for sailing. So, ladies and gentlemen, mine is a little bit on the easier side. Let me give you what his numbers were. Give me a second. All right, so those were his numbers: 11.32 days, 1.26 for ships and rockets. Right. All right.
Our times are more or less the same for rocket. 1.30, 1.26, same thing.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Just
So
performing stuff.
for me, I went with 70 days for the ship because why I was putting into consideration that there are some channels that will slow you down, and then there's ocean currents that can speed you up, and then of course depending on which part you're traveling, if you're traveling west or east, that can help you in more. It helps you more in rocket science than in ship science, but it can also help you because of Coriolis effect and all that good stuff, right? So I came up with the
Way to
amount that
cool.
was 70 days. I was like, if I was to multiply every ship, you can. I know ships, the fastest of them can go maybe 30 knots. We have
Yeah.
the holy shit, that is terrifying. What's up, Vice? You can, yeah, 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 we
Yeah.
can. But I'm saying that I'm live.
30,
Yeah,
30 not, yeah, 30
no, you're
nautical
fine.
miles, which is
You guys can
still
come
roughly
down.
the same thing.
Yeah, you can come down. Come on down. Come say hi to the squad. Same thing. Just come down. Just come say hi to the squad.
Yeah.
All right.
30, people usually call it 30 not, no, 30, no, me, I'm thinking in miles, but yeah, 30 nautical kilometers, so yeah, it's with 30.
Yes. Now, 30 nautical kilometers is different from 30 miles or 30
Uh,
kilometers, right? Because
yeah.
what is a nautical kilometer? Do you know? I can tell you if you don't.
Nautical, it's just a fancy way because again, there's no impedance in water. So when they say nautical mile, nautical kilometer, it's just to express that we went 30 unimpeded. And again, nautical mile also accounts for slight, very, very slight water deviation because the water, remember, as you push through water, the water is pushing back. And not as good as remembering one of my a close friend of mine is a captain, so I remember him having to explain this thing to me before.
All right. Now, if I remember from what I remember about
Yeah,
knots and miles, I think in the olden days, how they used to measure speed was that they'll throw up their sails, they'll catch the
it's still
wind, and they'll
that's
start
the
floating. Then they'll start throwing out blocks tied to ropes, right? Out, and they'll see how long it takes for all of them to start like pulling out to the surface or at least or dipping into the water or something. And depending on how fast the wind was pulling the or pushing the boat, more of those boxes can be seen. So the amount of boxes you see is the amount of nautical miles you are doing, right? I think that's how that goes. I might be wrong, but
okay.
yes,
That's it. That was the original version of not common. You are right.
I am right. Oh, still got it.
Now is where the concept came from. Nautical miles.
Yes, that's the KNO, not
Nautical
yes.
kilometers, nautical miles. What did they start with? Just English
And
that made it a
they
lot.
took out the K from them.
But again, another part people should remember. Right now, there's no new sea routes. We all use the same route. So when I do the calculation, I use it based on we go through the same channels. So it kind of simplifies other things.
Yes, sir. That's why I came up to my answer was 70, right? I went for 70 days because of channel crossing, ocean current, Coriolis effect, adding all those things. I put that in real quick. Now, for my rockets, I love rockets and everything rockets, right? You guys know me. If there is anything that has to do with a rocket and is involving anybody that's not me, I'm angry. If I'm there, I'm happy, right? We all know the fastest rockets. Right now, the fastest man-made object that is pushing its way through our solar system right now is it the Parker Solar Probe? No, I think newest fastest one is the Europa Clipper mission. That one went
How
was
do
the
you want
Europa
it?
Clipper.
Fastest man-made independent. You know the word is always annoying. Fastest man-made independent
Yes,
propulsion. I don't know why they don't just call it rocket.
just
Individual. independent propulsion, something, something, something. It's
It's
always
such a
long.
long
Long,
arbitrary name. But I get why
long.
they do that, because you have to give accolades where accolades are due, right? Because if you
long.
say, oh, who was the fastest person in space, they'll be like, oh, was he in a rocket? Was he in a plane? Was he in a boat? Was it, what kind of space are you talking about? You understand? So I think those things play a factor, in my
But then
opinion.
the fastest speed at which you came down from the peak of our atmosphere to the Earth is not even the rocket. It's that thing Monster used to do now, where they take them just to the point at which the atmosphere stops and they jump. Those
Yes, like the guy Roven Vandenberg or so.
acceleration ever now.
Yes, von Bama. And then you cross terminal velocity.
Even the fastest acceleration just up onto the tip of our sphere itself. Again, it's Monster.
So
It
then
never
we have to make sure
gets
that
into
air
the
drag is not a thing, basically. Right?
it only
So
has to
you
just gets to that point, goes up a bit and starts coming down. That's why it's
when you
parachutes.
terminal velocity hits the peak
Yeah.
boundary and then
That's
starts
why
to fall
it's
back
down.
down.
Which is when
Okay.
you polite when you now start saying it's 10. That's when you politely have the young. You say it's
All right.
10.
For my rocket answer, I said 90 minutes. Do you know why I said 90 minutes? Because I took into consideration the fastest launch to the solar ISS, right? To the ISS. The ISS, for you to complete a launch to the ISS, you have to do one loop around the Earth and then go into a parking orbit and then rendezvous and then go into the circle, then come into the area of the ISS. So Russia has the record right now for doing the fastest time to the ISS, which
So
I think
youths.
under 3 hours or so, or 2 hours.
So youths, yes. So
The
youths.
Soyuz, with the Soyuz rocket, yes, with the Soyuz capsule actually, and then the
Yes.
Soyuz rocket launcher.
Was
Yeah, and
remember man when they did that speed, there was nobody inside.
yes, there was nobody inside, and it was completely autonomous, controlled, and everything. But the fact that we can do it, right? It's a thing. We can put a measuring device inside it, send it, right? The same way we'll be like, we don't want a person to walk around the world. Let's say this arbitrary person that can work for 8 hours a day, non-stop for 500 hours, right? That person doesn't exist, right? You're gonna wait, you're gonna chill, you're gonna rest, you're gonna take days off, you're gonna take weeks off, even sometimes, right? And sometimes you could work for multiple days on the end and without stopping. So there are all those variabilities. So I said 90 minutes because the ISS orbits around the Earth at 26,000 plus miles an hour, right? And it completes a loop every 90 minutes. So that means it sees 16 sunsets and sunrises. 16. If you do the maths, you see like in every 12 hours of the day, for when the sun is up, for when sun starts to go down, it will, if we hit 90, every 90, that's 1 hour 30 minutes. Every 1 hour 30 minutes in 12, it will see 16. Yes. So up and down, up and down. That got me 90. So are you ready to see the answer? Huh? Are you ready? Let us now check. What would be the answer if we were to sail around the world? What speed did we calculate at 30, right?
We
30
use
nautical
30, we
miles.
use 30.
30 kilometer or 30 nautical kilometer.
And then we used instead of 8, we used 10, right? We're using 10 hours.
Yes. 10 hours because you are sailing a ship. You're not doing much. 10 hours a day. Right? I hit enter. Whoa. I was wildly off.
We will change that piece. You wrote 30 nautical hours, straight to 30 nautical kilometers.
Oh, yeah. 30
That,
nautical.
that cannot be possible.
Yeah, I was like, well, the hell? 30 nautical kilometers per hour.
Again, that should not be possible. That really should not be possible. Something is wrong somewhere.
So what am I mean? How long will it take you to sail around the Earth at 30 nautical kilometers per hour for 10 hours a day? Oh, there we go. It's much better now. Okay. So to sail around it will take approximately 250 days to complete. Earth circumference, calculation, approximately 133.3 days.
Yeah, we're both off.
Yeah, but you are closer. 111.32 days. Yeah. That was you. Mine was 70 days. I don't know why I was so low. I guess I was thinking all the ships will be using Von Bolt class destroyer. You know the Von Bolt class destroyers, right? Those super ships that look
Oh,
like
you're using American technology, not your ship. This one, the ship will soon be flying
Zumboat.
at upper
No,
level.
when I saw that ship, I was like, my God, that is a beautiful thing to look at. It just looks like I will end you and everything around you for miles. All right. So we got all those answers. We got that. It told us 133 miles for us to get around the world in a boat or something. Yes. Now, 133 days. Sorry. Let's see how long it will take a rocket to travel around the Earth. Right. How long will it take you to rocket around the Earth at?
You don't need any of it anymore.
You
Don't
don't
need
need
any
any
of
measurement. You don't need any time, right? Just how long will it take? That's what we ask. Hey,
it. You're
Jesus.
correct. That's the most accurate.
Yes, spot on.
Difference of 4 minutes. So now 4 minutes
Oh,
difference you use 4 minutes difference. Four
yo,
minutes.
this is awesome. I didn't even know it'd be this spot on. I was
Yeah.
expecting some deviation.
No, you see that one? I was expecting, no, I was like, no, both of us have to be close to the answer.
You have to be.
It's a simple one.
It's very simple.
At that point, in fact, where that family relation can come from is once you break through. At
Yes.
some point, even though you're still on earth and you're attached, once you break a certain speed, at that point, yes, the forces are still acting, but it's so reduced that it's not negligible, but it goes down. So something that is not negligible, close to negligible over that time, roughly 4 minutes. It's not all.
Agreed, agreed, agreed,
Like
agreed.
it's like like you move at the terminal velocity. At terminal velocity, it's not as if friction is gone. It
No.
just becomes
It just
much
matches your
lower
drag and your gravity experience. So yeah, we learned a lot of things today, didn't we, ladies and gentlemen? Everybody joining us in between. And thank you so much. Those that joined us live on Instagram, those that joined us live on Facebook, those that joined us live on Twitch and YouTube. I want to thank each and every one of you. Those that joined us live in lifetime on StreamYard. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate that, sir. Sadubem, do you want to shout out to the guests, to the guys, tell them what you do, what it is, how can they reach you, all that good stuff?
How do you, if you want to reach me, I'm on Instagram. My username is uncivil. What's my username again? You know me, I
On
don't.
civil.
I just joined Instagram not long ago because of people like this. My my username on Instagram is I know it's uncivil dot vibes. Oh, I'm gonna let me see. I have a story behind how this username came up.
Go
So
ahead, tell us the story.
when I bought my Xbox, this was like ages ago. First ever Xbox I had. Then Microsoft didn't let you pick a username. You enter your details and they generate a username for you. Now this is a controversial part. I don't remember if one of the questions they asked were my nationality or my skin color. But I will never forget. I typed everything up. I clicked confirm, and the username they generated for me was Uncivil Monkey 10. And back then, I actually I liked the name, so I've never changed it. My Xbox username is still Uncivil Monkey 10. I mean, all my other things, I've just used that uncivil vibes, and keep going from there. But like, I remember telling this story to my best friend then, and the first thing he told me is like, "Dude, you need to sue Microsoft. You need to sue Xbox. You need to sue
Why?
this." Like, what's my business? But now that I think about it, maybe I could have, that's how I'd have collected my first $10 billion by now. But
Indeed,
that's
indeed.
me. I'm civil. I
On
like the
civil
idea,
vibe.
yeah. And it fits me.
Microsoft was being very racist to you and gave you a name that they thought would put you off, but it made you who you are today. On civil vibes. You guys, if you want to follow him, go ahead and hit that on civil vibes. Follow, like, and subscribe. I do you know we missed so many comments by our guests let me post one of them for example. So this one was there was, I think it was probably when we were calculating about the distance around the
Yes,
earth or something.
yes. This is what we're doing. Yes. So let's go to Earth is smooth and perfectly round.
She is
This
so
is
right,
why I
right?
say the example of when you're peeling it off. A lollipop is one of the best. And like, you see what I love? I love physics for one reason. You see, a lot of the times the explanations they will use. This is why, okay, when I tell people I study physics, everyone assumes that, oh, we're very smart. No, we're not very smart. In fact, most of the time, we physicists are the dumbest version of people you meet. Why our explanations, we dumb it down to such a way that if you just think, it's just that if you just forget about your intelligence and think about it in that way, you will see why you're making sense. How did I explain why it's hard to calculate? I said lollipop. You are peeling the wrap of the lollipop. Even if you are good enough and you're peeling it and you're not repeating a section and still going on, no matter what happens, the total length of what you peeled is still greater than what you calculated as the area of the volume of the lollipop. So you not actually what is the difference? It's even why like America does it the best. It's why Americans invented another unit that is the best unit ever in terms of cheating people. What do they call it? Cubic volume. So you buy chips in this country, they write the weight of the chip, but remember they put air inside it. And somebody still telling you the volume of the bag. When one third of the bag is air, how does that make any sense to you? But the thing is, most people don't remember the unit of weight because the weight will most likely be something close to imperial. But then what you can see is the volume. So even though the amount of chips reduced, you shall still see the same volume that is been for over 30 years. So you don't really think of it. So when you buy gas here, you guys buy gas in terms of gallons. But most cars show you your actually okay, no, now is better. Most cars actually do the conversion for you. But if you're
They
like
do.
me and you do the conversion in your head at times, every conversion for fuel burn rates for me, especially when it comes to efficiency, is still done in kilometers. So I remember buying my gas in gallon, but I know my burn rate in kilometers. So
We
for
had
me to compare and see whether my car is being efficient, I have to get home and now remember how to convert from gallon to kilometer again or kilometer to gallon. You see how
that's such
crazy
a
it
hard
is?
thing.
I'm going to praise Americans for Americans are the most visually accurate people I know because this is a country where you have been especially because you guys made the unit yourself. You have been so used to height in well, foot and inches that if you ask the average American to guess someone's height, they are almost close enough. They are so close to the actual height of the person that you just give it to them. People see me and they can guess already. Oh, he's at least
It's
6 foot
above
two point
6 feet. Yep. I think 6'2", 6'3". They will look
But
at
if
it.
you ask anyone in UK to guess my height in, in inches or cm,
It will be
they're always
hard.
wrong by a bigger factor.
It's
And
very
this one,
hard. No, the UK people don't do in inches, they do in centimeters.
they're always wrong by a bigger factor. It's even crazy how people go to the army. Have you ever met like I had the opportunity to actually talk to an former army sniper before, and when he explained how he gauges length, I had to clap for him because it's not scientific at all, but it works.
Go
He
ahead,
relates,
please.
he relates it to the closest thing to him. He played high school football here. So he gauges in terms of how many football pitches is the distance. He knows what the length of an average football pitch is. So when he's there, he gauges up, oh, this person is roughly 2 football pitches away. No, the army in this country is the best way to learn coordinate geometry and measurements. Army people, please, I'm not your member, but if you guys want to pay me to come and do advertising for you, it's the shepherd. One of my remedial classes for adults is mostly vets. And when you see, especially like it's okay now, I'm gonna say one bad thing. These guys, especially those like career army people who went in very early, like went in at that age, they feel they don't know it, they don't feel they don't know much. But like when I hear them, like these guys are wonderful at math. It's just they don't understand how good they are at it. You're doing area and volume quicker than the average person, a bit quicker than the smaller person, and you're doing it in such a unique way. but you just don't realize it. And the problem is, again, most teachers we actually cannot do this dissertation as fast as you. And again, students assume when we're taking our time to cross-check your answers because you no, it's not that you're wrong. Sometimes I just don't know the answer. Don't assume I know the answer. I tell my students all the time. If you give me a question that it takes me a while to check, don't assume you're wrong. Because at this, especially like this is the most amazing thing of my class. I told you, I teach question. Half of the time when I'm cross-checking an answer, it takes me long. It's because they are right and I personally realize they are right. I'm literally cross-checking it to not even to, I know they're right, but I'm cross-checking to find the point, the unique point at which they used to calculate this. So that I can explain to them how unique the approach to it was. And whatever is just so he's taking his time. The education is wonderful.
Education, learning new things, learning about stuff, learning how things work is amazing. I cannot
It's
stress how
wonderful.
much
I
I
feel education,
feel.
people need to understand that education right now should be a two-way path. Don't let the teacher educate you, also educate the teacher as well. That's what makes it even more fun. A lot of
I
my new
like that.
methods of teaching I learned from my students.
Really?
Look at today. I went. Do you know how? Do you know how I taught the coordinate geometry class recently? I
What?
took them laser tag to show them application of 3D in the 2D, no, application of 2D math in the 3D space. No laser tag.
Wow.
Today I taught the class, I literally taught a class on acceleration and velocity at a rock climbing gym. Right you. If you think my school has no, I wrote a grant. Not just me and the wonderful grant writer of C. Shout out to that person. I don't
Shout
remember your name,
out to that
but you're
person.
wonderful and you're amazing. Your future is bright. Because tell me how you translated a random idea I had into a fun. And we actually
And then
got it.
made it into something that was profitable for you to make money out of.
We learned acceleration, actually learned velocity. In fact, enough that the idea was to start introduction of Newton's Newton's equations at the middle school level, using a more practical, unique approach to teaching. Rock climbing. That's what the guy wrote the grant about. Yes, and they gave us the money to go and do it. So my kids know that they climb up to a point. Once they get towards the top, at that point they realize that the point where they just stop, that instantaneous stop, that is the same thing Nietzsche said. V equals to UT plus 80 squared. So you at that point where they just stop, initial acceleration, initial speed, initial velocity, sorry, became zero because it just stopped. It was an instantaneous stop. And at that point where they
That's
now
impressive.
changed and they adjusted from climbing up to climbing down to falling down, not even climbing, falling down. So I intentionally make all my students fall down. Then they realize that okay, 80 acceleration becomes at that point acceleration due to gravity applied on them in terms of the time of them from the top to where they hit the ground. So now I have 14-year-olds who are solving Newton's equations in a unique way that people have not really tried before, and they're actually getting it correct.
What?
If the study works and it goes on, it may actually become a standardized teaching method in Massachusetts.
What? Let me capture this moment. Shout out to the people. Like, tell them say hello, hi. Just
Hi,
say.
hello.
Hold on, they can't hear you. Let me get it off of the mic. Say that again. Just say
Hi
say
guys,
what's up
hello.
before you
So
say anything. Let me just
I
put the
just
speaker
explained
on.
a new random way of teaching Newton's equations. So this what is it concept of rock climbing and to explain Newton's equals to UT plus half ET squared. That's if I'm even quoting the equation correctly. Have a drink. Have a drink.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So that's how we talk here on the Flight on the Wall podcast. We try to have different perspective and different views on information and things that perplex each and every one of us. Today's topic was very simple. We talked about Venus and Jupiter, not the position that you are talking about or thinking about. But we didn't even talk about Venus and Jupiter. But we are going to continue this podcast on another day and actually do that. So we'll continue this podcast. It will be a part two. What do you think, Dwayne? Does that sound like a plan for you?
Go for it. Go for it.
Think you
Go
can,
for it.
sir?
It's interesting.
Because we've already hit 2 hours 30 minutes almost on this podcast already. So I
Talking
don't think.
about people still watching. I don't want to sleep.
I won't sleep. For me, I'm going to bed, and besides, my brother's already hounding me that I've taken so long to come back.
I have scripts to
Yes.
grade. I have a lesson plan to develop for tomorrow.
Oh, good luck with that. I wish you all the best, sire. Yes, sir. So, with that, I want to bring this podcast to a much needed conclusion. Let's bring out our best faces and come say hi. As I say, here on the Eddy4Shot's Flight on the Wall podcast, we like to have fun. We like to be informative. We like to talk about things that are perplexing each and every one of us. Today's topic was a very simple one. We talked about Venus and we talked about Jupiter. Oops, that fell very hard. And we talked about Jupiter. We had a few guests pipe in and ask us a bunch of questions, and we answered that. We found a bunch of things about the Earth, found out its radius, found out its diameter. We solved for distance, we solved for time, we solved for walking with a car, with your legs, with your car, a ship, and a rocket, right? And we were able to get to space. We talked about terminal velocity. We talked about distance from Earth to space. We talked about the gravity's constant, which is 9.6 meter per second. We talked about all this fun stuff, right? And we had guests join us from all over the world. You joined us from, where are you joining us from, sir? From Boston, right?
Oh, yeah, from Boston.
All right, and then the other gentleman who joined us, the doctor who was using his wife's YouTube, go and open a YouTube page. I did a page yesterday. I did a podcast yesterday on how to open a YouTube link and a YouTube page. So please, if you guys are interested, I'll put a link in the description below. Go check it out. Yes, make your own podcast, make your own YouTube video, so you can come online and with your face show us everything. But he said he will join us tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to it. I really am. So yes, if you guys are interested, we'll be doing this thing. We'll try to do it a little bit more daily, or every 2 days, 2 in a day, 3 in a day, and try to give you guys more information, more things like this. If you guys seem to like what you are seeing, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. That really helps us to do better. That really tells us that, hey, we are doing something good and we should keep doing it. Okay, and if we keep doing it, if you keep sending us those like and subscribe button, that will help us grow. You can reach me on your social medias at Eddy4Shot. If you look over here, you see on YouTube it's Eddy4Shot, EDDY number 4 SHOT. On Spotify, it is EDDY number 4 SHOT. On Instagram, this is EDDY number 4 on number 4 shot underscore studio. So EDDY4 underscore SHOT, EDDY4 SHOT underscore podcast. That's Instagram. Twitch is going to be Eddy4Shot regular, and then Facebook Emeka Edward Atta, and then on Snapchat Amy Atta. You guys can find me on all those sweet social medias and everywhere that you guys get all the good stuff for podcasts. Dubem, please can you tell them where they can reach you, so before we sign out for the night?
This, you guys, I'm a simple young man. You know, all this social media, I don't have it. But you can find me on Instagram on civil.vibes.
On civil.vibes. I think I pinned it earlier.
Yeah, you did.
I did. So you guys go ahead and check his comments. This is what his name looks like on civil.vibes. Go ahead and like and subscribe. If you guys like to see this kind of things more often, let me know, and I will definitely do it. You guys, I do this for you guys. Yes.
Shout out to anyone. If in case you got like any math or this question you want to put, feel free. I don't mind. Send it to me. People, I have my cousins already do it. I solve it. Whenever you want. It's just, it may take me a while to get to it, but yeah, send it. I don't mind.
That's super. I really love that. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much for being on the show with us. We really appreciate it for you coming in and gracing us with your presence, giving us all those good knowledge, all those physics-based knowledge that helps us to do better in the world, and we get better every day. We do better every week. And as you can see, we are making this podcast. We're switching. We're making moves. I got Instagram going on here, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and another Instagram on this side. And we have a microphone right in front and center, so you can hear me accurately. I have the stereo mode going. You guys, I do this for you. I try to make it good every week. I make it better every day. Thank you so much for joining us and watching. If there's anything else you guys would like and subscribe, that's all I would like to ask you guys for. You want to ask them for that for us, Dubim?
It's getting late.
Look at it, like as if just pointed it.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. Give me a look.
Ah,
Give me some 100% and 0%. You know,
thank you so much. Gotta focus on class, man. Let me see what I can do over here. Thank you so much, my G. You already know how it is. We make it fun.
I would love to do that again.
Yeah, let's do it tomorrow then. Let's make it tomorrow. What happened? All right.
Yeah, no problem.
Sounds good. Just keep your eye on my social media. I'll keep you posted. Sounds good, G.
All right, later.
Thank you so much, Sire. Have a great day now. All right, guys. I'm gonna sign out. I really appreciate you. It's been a ton of fun. It's been. Hold on, let me video this part. It's been a ton of fun. It's been amazing. It's been great. I've listened to each and every one of you guys. I've heard your questions online. I've listened to your comments and your suggestions, and I've done it better every week for you guys. Okay, so if you guys like what you're seeing, don't forget. I think at this point I've earned it. Your like and your subscription. This was a great one, doesn't you think? If you guys like what you see, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. That really helps us to keep doing better at what we're doing and keep doing it great. Okay. If you guys like what you see, remember to like and subscribe. Okay. Thank you so much. And over here on Instagram to you guys, thank you so much for watching. Over here, thank you so much for watching. Over here, thank you so much for watching. Now, have a good night now. It's your boy, Prince Dr. Chukwuemeka Edward Ateda, and Yamuna Waro Hawan of Ugo, but your friends, my friends, they call me Eddy4Shot's. Signing out.